Okay. I'm by myself. Hopefully one person shows up. Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh, people are here. Hi, guys. What? Hi. Wow. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect you guys to show up. Thank you. Hi, guys. Thank you. Oh, wow. This is so weird. I'm so scared. Hi, guys. Hey. Okay, somebody asked me a question so I can start talking. React to one of my Star Wars Saga trailers, says 80 Edits. I will. I absolutely will. I heard you just came out with your third one, and I will. Thank you, guys. What's happening? Nothing. I just got back from a walk. Star Wars Elseworld says, I don't like sand. I love sand, unlike Anakin and you. Jason Ross, you ask, how much of a disappointment is Rise of Skywalker going to be? That remains to be seen, but I do not have high hopes. And once again, I have a bad feeling about this. So we'll see. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for actually showing up. I thought I was going to be talking to myself this entire time. I'm so nervous. Okay. Well, I figured that I would do a live stream just to kind of actually talk to you guys. And, oh, 80 Edit says, good luck with revamping your channel. I'm out. I hope you're not upset. I promise I will react to things, but I am not used to YouTube yet. David S., I'm sitting in my car by myself eating froyo, but I'm watching this so I don't feel so bad. That's awesome. Obi-Wan, thank you. It's so good to see you here. Thank you. The Price is Right review. You just watched something powerful, controversial, but powerful. What did you watch? Price is Right review. I'm curious. Thank you, 80 Edits. I appreciate the heart, and I will definitely review a video once I get used to YouTubing. Obi-Wan, thank you so much. I'm sorry that you bailed on Jesse and Jeff. They are so awesome. They're the cutest couple. But thank you so much for visiting and stopping by. Cisco, I am down for The Mandalorian. I'm hoping it's good. It looks good aesthetically. The tone looks great. The pacing looks awesome. But who knows what Disney's going to do? How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to trust Disney right now? I don't know. Amit Davicha asks, if you were in charge of the sequel trilogy, what would you do? I would honor the originals. First and foremost, I would honor the actors, the creatives involved, use practical effects. Obviously, that's incredibly important to me as far as Star Wars goes. And I wouldn't subvert expectations in such a patronizing and pandering way. That's a start. All right, let's see. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing a live stream. This is so surreal. I didn't think I was going to do it. I was so scared. McMadman51 Canada, you've got to go to work, but check out the live stream later. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are awesome. I didn't expect this many people to come in, and so I'm going to try to keep up with all your comments and questions. Obi-Wan, yes, we do have safe territory with Lord of the Rings and the Blu-ray extended version. I'm so excited about that. Other than Star Wars, Lord of the Rings is something that I nerd out hardcore for. I am obsessed with Lord of the Rings, or at least I used to be. Before the Hobbit trilogy came out, I got a little gun shy with Peter Jackson stuff after that, but I heard he made an incredible revamp of war footage, and it's completely, non-fictional, and he's supposed to have done an incredible job with that. I want to see that. Trex32 says, if there are no Jedi in The Mandalorian, who cares? I'm sure we'll have some cameos of Jedi. I have a feeling we are going to be seeing some Jedi in The Mandalorian. We are living in the same galaxy, but I think it will be a little bit more about the grit and the grime and the underworlds, which I'm interested to see them explore, because I always found that kind of stuff fascinating, whether it's Bespin and parts of Cloud City, or I don't know. I'd love to see stuff like that. Okay, let's see. What else, you guys? The Price is Right review. You're watching the Red Pill documentary that pisses off feminists and SJWs. am very curious about that. I've heard about that. I obviously am privy to the MGTOW movement and the red pill and the black pill movement, and it's very interesting in this day and age we're living in with all of these movements and counter movements. So I'm not surprised at any of the counter movements that are happening right now, and I would love to know a little bit more about that. Still 187, nice to see you getting into the YouTube waters. Yes, it's very, very, very interesting. Amit asks, have you ever played Star Wars The Force Unleashed? I don't remember when that one came out. I was big into Knights of the Old Republic. That was my jam when I was younger. My parents wouldn't let me have video games, so I walked to Toys R Us, which is about a 2-mile walk from my house. I saved up all my babysitting money, and I paid for my own Xbox, and the only game I bought was Knights of the Old Republic, and I played for hours every single day, and it was awesome. And I was so immersed in that world and the characters, and oh my gosh, one of my favorite parts was the duel with the Rancor. And a trick for that is to make sure that you go into invisibility mode and you set up a grenade in all the stuff in the center of the room that the Rancor is going for, and then you can he eats the grenade. And unfortunately, you know, this is not good for PETA, but the Rancor doesn't fare so well. But you have to get past that level. So anyway, the price is right. Once you get the next 2 days off, you'll be giving your first video a try. Yes, please do. That was something that was so cool about the comment section in the video that I posted, is that so many of you seem to really resonate with my anxiety and my own personal feelings of vulnerability and fear about creating a YouTube channel and creating videos. And it was really cool to see how many of you actually want to create your own content or have tried to create your own content. And I'm just going to say, if I can do it and I'm doing this, I'm sure that you guys can do it. And everybody has a voice. People are fascinating. Everybody has a different perspective and opinions on things. And I think it's so important to learn from each other. And even if you feel awkward, even if you feel weird, I guarantee you there are people out there that will either relate to you or find you interesting or just want to hear what you have to say. So please go for it. Cisco, Jedi Bunny would make a great Mara Jade in cosplay. Thank you. I actually dyed my hair an embarrassing shade of bright red when I was in high school because I so badly wanted to be Mara Jade, because I always loved Luke Skywalker. And if I couldn't be Luke Skywalker, the next best thing was being his partner in crime, so to speak. So yes, I always thought Mara Jade was a very cool character. Let me try. I'm seeing if you guys want to ask me a question, do the @ symbol and then Jedi Bunny, because those are the comments that show up the most. So if you want to ask me a specific question, I'd love to answer. It doesn't have to be Star Wars related. It can be about Nova, my cat, who's not here right now, but it could be about anything you want to ask. All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming in. Hi, Stephen Yarnell. Yes, I'm back. It's so good to see you. Oh, Obi-Wan, thank you so much for saying so. And for those of you who don't know Obi-Wan, he's awesome. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing your channel right. I know it's like a play on words, Obi-Wan. But I just saw him the other night out with Jesse Milestone, and Proper Jeremy was there. The good Tom King. No, don't leave their stream. I didn't realize that Jesse and Jeff were doing a stream. So if you left their stream to come to my stream, please don't do that to them. You can always come back. I'm going to try to stay here for a while. So if you want to catch Jesse Milestone and World Class Bullshitters stream, and I think it's just Jesse and Jeff right now, please don't leave them. I didn't realize. I'm seeing people say that. Hey guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. No super chat option. Well, I don't think my channel is monetized yet, which is fine, because that's fine. And I'm just enjoying. I don't know what super chat really is. Yes, I haven't been monetized yet, and I really don't know what that world is, and it seems a little bit scary. So we'll see. And I'm used to not making a lot of money because I'm a teacher, as you guys know. So don't have to worry about that too much. Oh, thank you guys so much for being here. It's great to see you. Kyle Katarn, yes. Refresh my memory who Kyle Katarn is again. I remember that name, but I haven't been reading the EU stuff since like high school pretty much. It's been a while. Is that good? 60 people on the live stream. Wow. Thank you guys so much. This is so exciting. This is so weird. So again, yes, guys, feel free to ask me questions. It's so good to see you guys here and see, I'm going to see all your names. That's so cool. Benzo, hey Benzo, it's good to see you. Yay. Oh my gosh. Cisco, if I could choose one force skill to possess, which one? So that's more like physical skills. Well, it's different depending on whether you're a Jedi or a Sith. That's an interesting one. I really just like the classic Jedi mind trick. These are not the droids you're looking for. That's a pretty cool one. I could use that one in day-to-day life. I could definitely use that with my students. That would be funny. Hey, David McFadden, it's great to see you here. So good to see you guys. Oh, this is awesome. What is the blue thing on my left behind me? That is a cat toy for Nova. It's a little tower with balls in it, and she loves to play with the balls. And then there's a blue rug. I like blue and green. Those are clearly my favorite colors. So, yes. All right, let's see. Snoopy 82, 26 Snoopy 82. I read a lot of Star Wars books. I don't remember which ones they were because it was mostly throughout middle school and high school. And my mom, unfortunately, loves to throw things away. So she got rid of a lot of my Star Wars books. I know I read Shadows of the Empire. I don't remember all the names. If I heard the names and saw the covers again, I guarantee you I'd remember them. But there was one with, I think it was Thrawn or something. And I don't know. When Leia was getting married, I don't remember. It was all interested stuff. Yes, I'm interested in the Joker movie, Jason M. asks. I am very interested. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a phenomenal actor. I've heard good things. I watched the Jeremy Jahns review today, and he seemed to really like it. I'd love to see Red Letter Media review it because I really trust their opinion probably more than anyone else's these days. So I'm very interested to see the Joker and Joaquin's rendition of the Joker. I've heard it's really much more of a character story and development, and you really get to see, you know, the past events that led up to his actions and his motivations in life, which I'm always fascinated with because, as a lot of you guys know, I'm very interested in just how the human mind works. So that'll be cool. Sith Bunny, your dad threw away all your Star Wars toys when you were in high school and you didn't play with them anymore. Wow, we're like inverse versions of each other. That's so interesting, Sith Bunny and Jedi Bunny. It's good to see you here. Bad mother, Kevin P. No, my mom was not. My mom was the opposite of a bad mother. She was amazing. She was a very hard worker. She was not negligent by any stretch. I think she thought once I was done with a book, I didn't need it anymore. So that happened from time to time. And I forgive her because luckily she never got rid of any of my other Star Wars or Jurassic Park or Lord of the Rings or X-Files toys or any of the other things that I loved. So that was saved. Not a bad mother. Benzo H, my favorite Star Wars character is Luke Skywalker, followed by Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, Princess Leia, but definitely Luke Skywalker. Yoda's up there. Proper Jeremy, your grandmother threw out your uncle's Kenner Star Wars toys, all of them. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Oh, that's such a bummer. New minimum. Hi, good to see you. What outdoor activities do you like to do? I love hiking. I just love being out in nature. I grew up going out in nature a lot, and I love the outdoors. I love animals of all kinds. I feel like I really recalibrate when I'm out in nature, and it's really important for me. I try to go hiking every weekend, especially out here. Now that I'm out west in California, the hiking is extraordinary. It was great in Rhode Island and Connecticut and upstate New York too, but the hiking out here is second to none. I highly recommend it if you guys are ever out west. The canyons, the desert, mountains, forest, the ocean, it's beautiful. I love hiking. I love nature. A challenging hike is awesome. It's challenging, but there's no better feeling. Well, there are better feelings, but as far as physical challenges go, hiking is awesome. I love it. I love being out by the water. Anything outdoors is just awesome. I'd always prefer to be outdoors than indoors, which is difficult sometimes because my introvert sometimes comes out and I don't really want to leave, but I make myself for nature. That's the one thing. Okay, Benzo H, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pick up any rocks you like hiking, asks Kevin P. I do pick up rocks. I don't know if you can see it, but on that table there behind my little banyan plant, I have some rocks that I collected, and I put some rocks in my plants. I have some rocks outside on my porch. I love rocks. I love rocks. My cousin was actually a geologist, and he knew everything there was to know about rocks. So very cool career. I think rocks say a lot about the part of the planet that they're in, and time and pressure is what geology is all about. So it's very interesting. Oh my gosh, there's so many people asking questions. This is so exciting. I'm sorry if I'm not getting to everybody. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just overwhelmed and excited. I'm sure I'll get better at this. Hello, everybody. Oh, Sith Bunny, are you in England? That's awesome. My mother's actually from England, but she does not have a British accent at all, ironically enough, because English is actually not her first language, but she was born in Dalston, which I believe is just outside of London. So very cool that you're in England. Where's Kitty? Asks Jason M. I do not know where Nova is. She doesn't always come when she's called, so hopefully she'll be joining us at some point. Hi, Gary. Oh my gosh, thank you, Gary. It's so good to see you. It's okay that you can't stay. I understand. Don't risk driving and texting ever, please, my friends. If you are driving and you have this on, please, if you want it as background noise, that's wonderful, but please do not text or watch while driving. That is the scariest thing in the world to me, unless you're in a Tesla and it's driving you, in which case I still ask you to exercise precaution. Oh my gosh, 72 people. Yes, Mass Wolf, it's nice to see you too. Thank you for being here. It's so exciting. Hi, Mighty Joe. Yes, a love and a foot emoji. Very cool. Yes, feet are important to the human physiology. Cisco, would you be okay with Luke resurrecting like Gandalf the White, just like Red Letter Media predicted? Yes, if they're going to do it, I would say that's the way to go. But we'll see. It's all in the execution. It's all in how they handle it. And can Disney handle doing anything tastefully and with merit? And that's something that I'm not sure I trust in right now at this point. So we'll have to see. Oh, guys, thank you so much for being here. Am I seeing the Joker movie this weekend? Hopefully. I'm going to wait and I'm going to accumulate some more reviews. It seems like it's doing well. The only review I've watched so far has been Jeremy John's. I'm going to see what some other people that I trust say. I really hope Red Letter Media comes out with something, because Jay and Mike and Rich Evans and all those guys over there, I trust their opinions over my own opinion, actually, most of the time. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Thank you guys so much for being here. Suman Swami, hello, sister. My name is Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Do you know how to remove stretch marks I'm having on my armpits? And if you don't mind, can you show me your armpits? I'm not going to show you my armpits because that seems like a fetish thing. So I'm just not going to address that. But thank you, Jenny. And I bet you anything, there are lots of ways to search that on Google, and lots of other sisters have that same problem. So go get them. Go Google that and YouTube. I'm sure there are lots of videos. Thank you guys so much for being here. Only trust Mr. Plinkett, Gray Force, TK421. Yes. Mr. Plinkett really does. He knows what he's talking about. For those of you who don't know who Red Letter Media is, I highly, highly recommend Mr. Plinkett's reviews of the Phantom Menace. I think is how Red Letter Media got on the map, and they do a really fun, great job. Even if you're prequel trilogy fans, they do a great job of just being funny and calling out some funny things. So it's cool. New Minimum asks, do I think Lucas's story would have been better than what Disney gave us? I have a hard time believing that it wouldn't be. I think Lucas has always been invested in the story of the Skywalker family. And I think what Disney did was they completely undermined those stories and that meaning and that feeling for the sake of creating their own narrative, which is wrought with pushing things that I don't think were necessary to be pushed. And I think there was a much more tasteful way for them to do it. I don't necessarily know that George Lucas, I think as far as George Lucas goes, I think he needs a good team of creatives around him to really rein in his ideas and his creativity and just help structure it. But I do think his story most likely would have been better than what we've gotten, especially with The Last Jedi. So, yes, there is a fetish for everything. That is very true. You know, understanding the human mind and how complex we all are, I'm not surprised that there aren't more. I'm sure there are more fetish. There's probably a table fetish. You know, I'm sure there. Yeah, we're not going to get into that. This isn't going to become that kind of stream. I'm not boycotting. I don't boycott anything. If something is well done and it has merit and it has something of value to it in one way or another, I will not boycott anything. I don't find that to be conducive. I would just love to be able to just be able to communicate to Disney that what they're doing is not art. It's not helping people. It's not being more inclusive the way that they think it is. I think it's very pandering the way that they're doing it. I'm all for diversity and inclusivity and equality, but to force it in the way that they have and to completely forego any good storytelling elements for the sake of injecting these hollow tropes, it's just so unnecessary. So I don't believe in boycotting. If it gets good reviews, I will certainly go see The Last Jedi. Not reviews by, you know, of course, Rotten Tomatoes is probably going to give it the highest rated, you know, the highest rated review possible of all the Star Wars films. But, you know, true good reviewers that I trust, if they say that it's good, I will go see it. But until then, I don't know. I still regret watching The Last Jedi, but I don't regret watching The Last Jedi because it brought me to you guys. All right, let's see. Montana, Mr. Darapesh says, I should go hiking in Montana. I love Montana. I've been there a couple times. I went once in the winter and once in the summer. It's absolutely gorgeous. The hiking is gorgeous. And be aware of the wildlife. Yes, that's very true. Luckily, I haven't had any run-ins with cougars yet, mountain lions. But I have seen a few bears on hikes before, actually more bears in Maine. When I was younger, I did a long backpacking trip in Maine and I saw quite a few bears and moose, but they were black bears and they're typically very docile and more scared of us than we are of them. So that's cool. Hey, Lord Arnold, no worries. Thank you for showing up. It's so good to see you. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Yes, I do need to go to Montana more. I want to travel more in general. I love traveling. It's one of my favorite things to do. This country is absolutely gorgeous. I want to see more of the rest of the world. I've been to a few different continents and countries outside of the US, and I would love to explore more. I don't think I'd turn down any place other than maybe Las Vegas. I tried going there once on my trip across the country, and I just wasn't a big fan of the actual city. I think some of the outskirts are absolutely gorgeous, and anything desert I love exploring, so we'll see. Jason M asks, where am I from originally? I'm from the Rhode Island, Connecticut area. I grew up in Southern Connecticut, but I consider Rhode Island to be my home because Southern Connecticut, where I grew up, was not my favorite of places, just because I was always a really awkward, weird, obscure tomboy and I just didn't fit in. And I know that people are going to say the whole like, oh, you don't seem like that now. But growing up, I always felt like really weird and just, yeah, I don't know. It's a long, weird story. Maybe I'll get into it another time. But thank you for asking. But I consider myself to be from the Rhode Island area most of all. My father grew up in Westerly, Rhode Island, and that's where my parents are living now. And it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Cool, Appa. Thank you for reading my comment. You're so welcome. And I'm trying to read. I want to read everybody's comment. And even when this stream is over, I'm going to try to read everybody's comment and make sure that I see what everybody's saying. And again, you guys that are highlighting my name, I'm seeing you. If I had a chance to go to the moon, would I? Asks Robert Jeremy. Yes, I would. And I would hope that Stanley Kubrick would film it while I went because he's a great director and cinematographer himself, and I think that'd be really cool. Oh, thank you, Tom King. It's great to see you here. And I like that you changed your name to the good Tom King. It's very, very proper. I like that. Oh my gosh, so many questions. Thank you so much for these questions, you guys. Daytona Beach. I have been to Daytona Beach. I went to school in Florida and I used to drive down every summer and drive back up. And I always wanted to stop in Daytona Beach because I just thought it was the coolest place. And the fact that you could drive on the beach was so cool to me, even though I never did it because I had kind of a crappy plastic Saturn that really wouldn't fare too well on sand, like Anakin Skywalker. So we didn't do that. Hello, 156 Dragon. Thank you for being here. Megazord Jeremy. Hello, Nurse Bunny. I could never be a nurse, actually, ironically. I get the pun, but ironically, I could never be a nurse because I'm very squeamish. So I tried being an assistant to an acupuncturist once. He was actually a world-renowned acupuncturist from China, and he's been referenced in several books. He was an incredible acupuncturist, but the first time that I went to go work for him on my first day, when he was putting the needles in the lady on the table, my hearing started to go and I got completely flushed and I sat down and his voice started, he was asking me if I was okay and his voice started reverberating because I was about to faint. It's the closest I've ever been to fainting. So I could never be a nurse. Yes, anyway. Thank you guys so much for being here. Why testify? I've brought peace and security to my new hiking route. That's beautiful. Keep doing that. My thoughts on Star Trek. I really enjoy Star Trek. I was never an original, well, I am now, but growing up, I was never into Star Trek. It took me later in life and revisiting the series, the original series, and then I really like the Picard series. That's my favorite. And I've been hearing a lot of not so great things about the direction that they're taking it now. I've heard awful things about whatever the new one is. So it's sad that the things that we love end up being destroyed in this day and age. And it seems like everybody is retroactively going back and trying to fix a lot of these things that we love. And interestingly enough, I think because it happens in these niche films that they get such a huge following and a cult following, and a lot of us geeks really get so emotionally invested in things like Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who, that they see that fan base and they want to capitalize on it, but they also want to bring in new generations. And they think in order to do that, that they have to make things more palatable for them in this day and age. And this day and age is much more diverse and open, and there's a lot more equality, but I think they also kind of want to shove a lot of things down our throat, and they're not doing it elegantly. They're doing it in a very sloppy, lazy way. So unfortunately, whether it's Star Trek or Doctor Who or Star Wars, that's what we're getting right now. And I'm interested to see what the counterbalance to that will be, because I'm sure it will eventually be here, but it just remains to be seen what that's going to look like. So we'll have to wait. Yes, live stream Generation X. Oh my God. Yes, that's exactly what this is. Thank you. Darth Praxis, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will check out the Joker. I'm hearing really good things. Mighty Joe, once again. Thank you for the cute emoji. Sith Bunny, my greatest weakness. You need to exploit it to finally defeat me. My greatest weakness. Well, that's a complex question because there's so many different levels to the human psyche. So that's really an interesting one. I think I'd have to say, ironically, even though my name is Jedi Bunny, I'm more of a gray Jedi because I do tend to think in absolutes sometimes. So that's something that I'm trying to wean myself off of. It's a little bit of a Sith tendency for me, is dealing in absolutes. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But you know, like anything else, my greatest weakness is probably my existential anxiety that I feel very strongly from day to day, and trying to understand what everything means, because that's where my mind goes sometimes. And it's a weird weakness to have because most people seem to just go about their lives and not worry about it so much. But for those of you that know what I'm talking about, hey, thanks for understanding. Hello, guys. It's so good to see you. Hi, Ryan, Kinnell, RK Outpost. I loved the stream that you did last week. I think it was last week with Jeremy and his haters. That was so cool that you gave them that platform. I think it's so important to have opposing viewpoints and people coming from different understandings of things to actually share and have a discourse, because that's the craziest thing to me right now about this day and age, is that people are living in these echo chambers and we're not actually having a middle ground where people are able to talk to each other like rational human beings and understand that we're going to have conflict and we're going to have a difference of opinion, and being able to come together and just understand each other, maybe not agree, but understand where each other are coming from. That's so cool that you did that. You have a very cool channel. You're doing great. That's so awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh my gosh, so many different questions. Okay, I'm gonna try to read these. Okay. Okay, you guys are great. At least an existential crisis is better than hating than your own existence sometimes. Trey Daniel says, yes, and I have also been there. It's taken me years, if not decades of my life to come to terms with the fact that I need to feel fulfilled intrinsically with myself before I can truly accept myself. I think a lot of us grow up feeling as though we don't necessarily have a place in this world. And for those of you that might have grown up, maybe you're in your 30s or 40s now, it's a weird time because we're kind of in this middle ground, and I feel very, it's a very strange thing. That's something to really get into the complexities of later, but probably not the best topic for a live stream. But it's definitely something that I have struggled with and I still do struggle with. So you're not alone. I get what you're feeling. Cisco, you have to balance gym time. Enjoy the gym. The gym is awesome. The gym is good. Health is important. Physical health is important. Thank you guys so much for being here. That place is too clean. I try to keep it organized and zen. It's not clean. There's cat hair everywhere. There's my hair everywhere. I usually have cups and food out, but I wanted to keep the place clean before having a live stream so you guys didn't get overwhelmed with my clutter, because I do get a little bit messy sometimes. But yeah, I try to keep it clean and organized. You should see when I cook how dirty the kitchen gets, but I try to always clean as I cook. That's a good pro tip right there. So General Lee, interesting comments. Thank you for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. Interesting takes. Thank you, the good Tom King, saying I have a place here. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all you guys. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how behind I was on comments. Okay, getting down. Okay. Are you a crazy cat lady? Somewhat. I do have a cat, but I love all animals. And I'm very accepting of all animals, and I wouldn't say crazy cat lady, maybe weird, obscure, introverted cat lady sometimes, but I am pretty good socially when I have to be. So I'm not one of those weird cat people that goes out and doesn't make eye contact, depending on the day. We'll see. But I don't know. Crazy cat lady. There's got to be a better mediating term for that, because I'm kind of not fully at that level yet, but we'll see. My favorite thing to cook, it depends, because I go through different stages with cooking. Whenever I'm craving something, I just try to be really creative and come up with something that matches that. I really enjoy making traditional Chinese style fried rice. I also really love making a bunch of different Italian dishes, especially pasta dishes. I try to always use fresh vegetables. Oh, my friend's calling me. I'm not gonna answer right now. I'll answer him later. But yes, so I love cooking. It depends. It depends on what I'm craving. And lately I've been making a lot. I kind of made my own dish. I call it Kelly's Calabrian Creation. And it's just this, it has capers in it and an olive oil and white wine reduction and sea salt, a bunch of different things. I don't know. I love, yes, quirky cat lady, Tarek S says. I like that better, quirky cat lady. Anakin's Ash's favorite Star Wars character is Luke Skywalker by far. Why? Because I completely identify with him and his personality type. This is something I've actually been thinking about a lot lately. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Jungian philosophy or psychology and the Myers-Briggs personality test. A lot of people that are in the psychology world are very conflicted about that test, but every time I've taken the personality test, I every single time get INFP. And a lot of people's biggest complaint about that personality test is that they get different answers depending which test they take. But I am solidly an INFP, which is introverted, intuition, feeling, perceiving person. And I highly recommend you guys take the test. There's one called 16 Personalities, and it's really, really cool to just get a little bit insight into who you are, your motivations, why you think the way you do. And Luke Skywalker, ironically, is also the same personality type. That's something new I discovered, but I always really identified with him, his longing for more, his kind of existential anxiety that he was feeling, and the longing to do more, at whatever cost. And a really interesting thing is that he was originally actually willing to join, I think, in some backstory, I think he was willing to join the Empire or a school that was training for Empire pilots. So interestingly enough, I think he was just looking for something, regardless of what side it was. But he ended up, of course, being pulled in a better direction. So I always found that really cool. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. Yes, it's my first stream. It's so scary. Yes. Yes. Hi, Jeffrey Turner, aka Mega Jetty 1. It's great to see you here. Mighty Joe, feet. Yes, I can tell that you like feet with all your foot emojis. I'm not going to show my feet on this. It's not that kind of stream. ISTJ, thank you for sharing your thing. Oh, INFPs, yes, thank you so much. Can I shout your friend's birthday? His name is Nick Urs. Hi, Nick Urs. Happy birthday. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day and a wonderful year ahead. The cool thing about birthdays is it means it's another year, that it's another rotation of the earth around the sun. So very cool, man. Happy birthday, whatever age you are. I'm sure you're wiser now than you were last year, and I bet next year you'll be even wiser. So very cool, bro. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, so many questions. Thank you guys. Frank Lopez, you rock. I love your shirt. Thank you. See if anybody can tell me what this image is from. I want to know. I want to know if you guys know. Maybe somebody already said it. Hi, Mr. Pete. Hi, Mr. Pete. It's good to see you here. I'm waiting for that cat video, Mr. Pete. I'm hoping you upload that eventually. Megazord Jeremy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very nice. That's funny. You guys are great. Thank you so much for great comments. Favorite horror film, Frank Lopez. Favorite horror film. I mean, The Shining is one of my favorite films in general. And I suppose that constitutes as horror, even though I think it really gets into the real visceral human terror. I also love John Carpenter's The Thing. I love anything Lovecraftian, anything that has that Lovecraftian feel to it. There are a lot of good horror films out there, but that's, in case you guys didn't guess my shirt yet, it's from Twin Peaks. This is the Black Lodge inside an owl. And so that's a reference to Twin Peaks. Speaking of Twin Peaks, David Lynch is one of my favorite directors. A lot of you guys love David Lynch as well. And I think he does really, really incredible work. He doesn't necessarily do horror as a genre, but his genres of film really stand on their own merit because they're really something completely different. And to me, he really taps into that uncanny valley that is so hard to tap into with subtlety that I don't find many directors can tap into as well as he can. So I really enjoy that. And Stanley Kubrick's rendition of The Shining is it's just on another level. I love that film so much. El Gargoyle, hail, Jedi Bunny. Thank you. Ralph Bond, I like your elves and Draculas. You're very cool. Hi, Nova. Nova's here. She's under my chair. Hi, Nova. Do you guys want to see Nova? Hi. I bet she'll jump up eventually if I just let her be there because I don't want to pick her up against her will. Cloud Gangster, Nick Urs is your friend. You're welcome for the shout out. I hope he enjoys his birthday shout out. Sith Funny asks, what made me decide to do my first live stream today? Any special reason or just because? I've been wanting to make another video and I've obviously not really known exactly what to say and I'm still clearly very nervous. So it was important to me to kind of have that contact with you guys again and just communicate with you guys. And I figured, why not do a live stream and actually be able to see in real time your thoughts and what you guys are saying, and be able to answer questions and stuff. And I just thought it was cool. And I always found, I don't know, I always found live streams really cool because it's a good way to communicate directly to people and feel like you're actually engaging together and having a real conversation. There was Nova's tail. Nova, come here. Hi. You guys want to see Nova? Okay, Nova's here. Hi. Let me pick her up. I'm wearing pajamas, excuse me. Hi. Oh, Nova. Nova, say hi to everybody. Do you see the comments? Those are all our friends in there. Yes. You want to come sit? Oh, here, she can come sit with us. Yeah. Good girl. Hi. Sorry, I do like a mama cat voice, clearly, that I'm not used to other humans seeing when I'm alone. But hi, guys. Thank you. No need to pick up my cat for the cameos. Very, very cute. Thank you. Nova is awesome. Thank you. Patrick. Okay, guys, my friend, one of my best friends from college is in the chat right now. Patrick, you called me before, but I didn't want to answer while I was on a live stream. Thank you for being here. Patrick has somehow found my channel last year when I started making videos, and he left very funny comments. And no one's ever really gone, just like Mike Soslaska says. It was trolling. I know you were trolling, Patrick, and I appreciate that because that's just who you are, and it's awesome. Don't read shout out names. Okay. The last one was a Mad Lib for the N-word. Oh my God. Crap. Okay. Well, hopefully I didn't say it fully, but thank you for letting me know. I'll try to be more, whatever you call it. I'll try to be more discerning next time. Hi, everybody. Okay. Yes. I have cat fur in my mouth now, so excuse me. Do I have a favorite book or book series? Asks Dakari Garmon. Yes. That's complicated because I really like nonfiction a lot, but I also like some fiction too. What originally got me into reading when I was young in middle school was Stephen King. I picked up Skeleton Crew, in which The Mist was a novella within. And from then on, I just was hooked on Stephen King. And I read so much Stephen King in middle school. And I went through some very dark phases where I was very into horror and the macabre and just really dark stuff. But then I subsequently started reading the Harry Potter series, which got me further into reading, and then additionally into a little bit more fantasy stuff. I'd have to say The Hobbit is probably one of my favorite books of all time. I love the Lord of the Rings series too, but something about The Hobbit, I just love the pure, I don't know. I just find it to be a beautiful little book, and it's great to get kids into reading. I don't know. There are a lot of books that I love. Oh man, that's a tough question because there's so many things that I really, really like depending on the book. So I don't know. I don't want to get, I'll try to. Thank you, Sith Bunny, for letting me know. I need to be aware of that. I need to appoint moderators to help save you and your chat from bad actors. I will do that. I don't know how to do that. Amit Devecha, my favorite Marvel movie. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I will get back to you. Cobra Viper. Hi, Cobra Viper. It's good to see you here. Twin Peaks Season 4 announcement is coming next week. The rumors are going wild online. I've been hearing about that. I just watched Wow Lynch Wow's video on that, and I'm hoping that it's true because I loved The Return. I thought The Return of Twin Peaks was phenomenally done, and David Lynch was just at his best. He's just incredible, and the whole ensemble cast. I have cat fur all over my face, and I can feel it. It's annoying. Okay, all right. Hobbit for the win. Yes, but only on someone I can. Does Jeremy still smell like onions? No, Jeremy doesn't smell like onions at all. That's a very interesting. It's a very interesting thing. Team Magic. Well, thank you for your comment. That is very astute. Which birch? Okay. Patrick asks, what's going on in Twin Peaks? Well, Patrick, have you watched The Return yet? Because I know I've told you to. It's really, really good. And David Lynch came out a few years ago with it. I highly suggest you watching it because there are a lot of rumors. And I think Kyle MacLachlan has come out with a post, as well as Michael Horse, who are both castmates. And it's just interesting that they're coming out with these posts that pertain to Twin Peaks, and it's about the I think the 4-year anniversary of the original announcement of The Return happening. So people are stirring online about Twin Peaks coming back. Any of you guys who haven't seen anything of David Lynch, or if you like David Lynch and you haven't seen Twin Peaks, I highly recommend it. Even the original series that came out in the 90s is really fun and cool and quirky and different. And there's a lot of really cool themes to unravel. So even if you're into sci-fi or fantasy, I think it's a really cool stepping block into a little bit more of the uncanny valley experience that David Lynch has to offer. So I highly recommend it. And if you get past the original 2 seasons and you want that same kind of feel, but almost elevated cinematically with really great direction and tone and acting, I highly recommend the new one too. And you don't necessarily need to see the originals to see the new one either. So that's cool. Megazord Jeremy, what do I think about Hellboy? I really liked the original Hellboy. I thought it was really cool and fun and well done. I haven't seen any of the subsequent versions. I think there was at least a sequel, but I haven't seen any more of it. I have not seen, Mr. Dirapesh asks if I've seen John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. If yes, I have not seen it yet. Is that the one with Sam Neill? Because I know there are a couple of things involving Sam Neill that I haven't seen yet that are in like the kind of horror sector, and I'd really love to see that. And I think John Carpenter's The Thing is phenomenal, and he did a great job with Lovecraftian horror in that. I love his use of body horror and practical effects. It's just gorgeous practical effects in that film. So I haven't seen Mouth of Madness, and I really need to. Thomas Woodford, hi, it's good to see you here. Peter Sharon says the new Hellboy was garbage. I'm not surprised, because what's coming out now that is actually not not an original theme that they're re-exploring or making a sequel to that is actually tastefully done. It's so hard to find these days. I feel like we're going to have to move in a direction where people are seeking out a little bit more smaller productions and unknown artists in order to find truly meaningful art and work these days. Because when you're going big budget, when you're going Hollywood, when you're seeing something that's just part of this great big machine that's basically just a collection of puppets for an ideology, you're not gonna get much quality there. So, all right, The Thing is amazing. Your favorite horror movie? Very cool, Rob Gagnon. Hellboy novels are good. I have not read any yet. Shout out to everyone. Rob Gagnon asks, what did I think of the thing at the end of the movie, Child or McCready? I'm not going to tell you here because I don't want to give any spoilers, but I just love the ambiguous ending, and I think that's the coolest thing. I think that's the coolest thing ever. Just the fact that it was left up in the air like that is awesome. That in itself was a spoiler. I'm sorry if I gave a spoiler, but you guys, if you enjoy horror or if you enjoy anything along the lines of Lovecraft or just enjoy watching great practical effects from the 80s, go see John Carpenter's The Thing. Wes Craven. Yes, I do like Wes Craven. I'm trying to think. He did Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Yeah, that's great. Not a fan of horror films, says Amit. I'm interesting. I have a few friends that aren't fans of horror films, and I can understand why. I personally enjoy them if they're well made, but there are a lot of really schlocky, bad horror films out there. So I don't blame you if you don't want to sift through all of that to get to the good ones. I totally get that. Mr. Pete asked if I went to college. Which year did I go? I did go to college. I went to college in Florida. I went to a university school in Florida, and I took a year off after high school. So I went to college in 2006 and I graduated in 2010. Sith Bunny, I have not seen the Birds of Prey trailer, but I watched, I think I watched Mecha Random, wait. Yeah, did I watch Mecha Random's kind of like reaction to it? And it just, from what she said, it sounds awful. So I will not be seeing that. I don't even think I'll watch the trailer because I would rather surround myself with things that I enjoy and things that intrigue me in a positive way than watch the garbage that's out there. So no, I don't think I'll be watching that, but I've heard, you know, I trust her opinion on that because I think she's very well versed in that kind of world, and she sounded completely just unimpressed with it. So I'll take her word for it. And I recommend her her reaction to it too, because it was pretty funny. Demon Sky Synthwave. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's good to see you here. I'm sorry you're off to bed, but I'm glad you came in to drop by and say hello. It's so nice to see you here, and I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you. Cobra Viper, David Cronenberg, Scanners. I remember Scanners. Oh my gosh, that brings back memories. Scanners, yeah, that's a good one. The ending scene is spectacular. I concur. It is, and I will not give any spoilers. Good night, Eddie Cross. Thank you so much for being here. My phone went off. Well, my phone, I thought I was going to have to check comments on my phone, so I didn't. I left it. Oh yeah, I have some text messages, but I'm not gonna do that now because I'm not gonna ignore you guys. I'm gonna stay completely present. Phil TMNT, thank you so much for stopping by. It's good to see you. I just got back to your comment yesterday. And for those of you who have commented on any of my videos, and if I haven't gotten back to you, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I find the YouTube structuring of how to get back to comments a little overwhelming for how I handle things. So I'm trying to get back to everybody, but on some of the older videos that you guys have commented on, it's hard for me to sometimes see them and go back to them. So I'm working on it, and I promise eventually, even if it's not this day or this week, I will eventually get back to you. I appreciate all of your comments. It means so much to me. Hey guys. What grade do I teach? I teach primarily 4-year-olds. So I actually do art courses for pre-K. And I do a variety of different age groups. I work with up to 14-year-olds, and I work for as low as 3-year-olds. And we do different art projects and stuff. But the primary age group that I work with is 4-year-olds, and I just find them to be awesome and amazing. And they remind me of what it means to actually be human sometimes. Because if you're just interacting with adults or even older children and adolescents, it can be very strenuous in a lot of ways, because I think people are so set up with their opinions and their pretenses for the world and their judgments. And it's really refreshing to be around a group of little young people that are still so open and willing to absorb the world around them. So yeah, 4-year-olds, it's not a grade, it's an age, and it's a mindset, and they're awesome. So thank you for asking. Patrick, thank you. Thank you for saying I'm doing great. My favorite Red Letter Media person, I have to say Mike. I love Mike, but I also love Jay. I love them both. Jay is such a film buff. He's like a Rolodex of information in the film world, and it's awesome. But I love Mike. He's just awesome. Mike Stoklasa, however you pronounce his name. He's my homeboy. Megazord Jeremy, you think I'm a better teacher? Oh no, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare me to anybody, because everybody's awesome in their own way. And if you don't think so, then you just gotta look in a different direction. That's all. Kids are small versions of adults, honey. Oh, trust me, I'm aware, but they have a lot of things that I think we lose touch with over time, and that's the important thing to remember about kids. It's not that they're not human, it's that they're sometimes a little bit more human than we are, because we're so stuck in our opinions and our need to project our own feelings into the world. It's cool to be around people that aren't constantly doing that, so I love them. Rick Hansen, any sci-fi/horror? Sci-fi/horror. Oh, I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, I always think of Alien. The original Alien is one of my favorite films too, because I just think I mean, the psychological terror in that is incredible, and the pacing is just so beautiful. I know a lot of people prefer Aliens, the sequel, and I love that, but I find that to be more of an action movie, action adventure, and it's great scenes, great acting, a lot of fun. And I love the character of Bishop and the dynamics there, and Newt's adorable, but something about the original Alien just sticks with me. It's very visceral, and it really gets to that level, I think, when they explore Ian Holmes' character. Well, he's, I don't want to give any spoilers for people who haven't seen Alien, but you should have seen Alien by now. But yeah, I think it's very cool to see the questions that it brings up about humanity and motivations, and even the idea of a large corporation. It's very cool, very cool. This is funny. Kids are little adults, but they have childlike innocence and eager excitement that adults have often drummed out of us. Very true. Gabe is stupid. Can I shout out your friend Joe? Hi, Joe. Yes. Event Horizon is sci-fi horror, but way too goofy at the end. Yeah, that's my major complaint with Event Horizon as well. Joe Mama. Oh, Joe Mama. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Spaceballs. Yeah, I haven't seen Spaceballs in years. It's been a very long time. Rhodesian Scout. It's great to see you here. Thank you so much for showing up to my live stream. It's my first one, and I'm very excited. Rick Hansen, Sam Neill. Yes, I love Sam Neill. Thank you, Demon Scythe, Synthwave. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad you're teaching. That's so cool. I'm so glad you're teaching. If any of you guys have ever had any inkling to be a teacher or just to work with kids in general, I can't recommend it enough, because especially in this world, I think it's important for us to it's not teaching for me. It's not about sharing what I know. And I think that's the association people tend to make with teachers, is like, oh, we're imparting our knowledge and our wisdom onto children. But for me, that's not what it's about. It's almost, I feel like I'm learning as much from them, and being present with them, being mindful, being engaged, and showing them that they have someone to relate to and someone who actually sees them and understands them. That is the most important factor I think you can give to any person, but especially for a child that's just starting to understand the world. And even at a young age, children already they can tend to have a lot of fears and anxieties and opinions and judgments already, even at such a young age, about the world. And I think it's important, when we can, to be present with them and to show them that there are different ways of looking at things, and it's important to get a 360 view of the world. I think that's the wisest people, in my opinion, tend to be people that aren't black and white thinkers, and only Siths deal in absolutes. So remember that, guys. Am I on Twitter? I am not on Twitter. Twitter scares me. All I hear about Twitter is drama, and it freaks me out. I've been on a few times just to look as an observer, and it's just I other than like cute animals and interesting quotes from smart people, I think it's very hard for me to want to see anything on there. It just scares me a little bit. It scares me more than most social media, just because so much of it is angry and hateful and judgmental, and I don't personally go on there. Sorry for the long answer, but all right. The good Tom King. I have heard that study. So Tom King wrote, studies show the only positive social media overall is YouTube, and I have heard that, and I can understand why, and I'm sure that the study delves more into that, but it's really fascinating to think about that, because I think it is one of the only social media platforms we have right now where, whether you're a consumer or a content creator, you have the ability to still remain relatively open-minded, and also to choose to be more genuine and to be authentically engaged with whoever it is that you're talking with. And you do have a variety of platforms to express different ideas, but you also have feedback coming in constantly. And it's not necessarily an echo chamber the same way, unless you're going to extreme places and you're sticking within one comment section that's all, you know, basically piggybacking off of the same idea. So that's a really interesting, thank you for bringing that up. That's cool. Only Sith steal in absolutes is an absolute, says Obi-Wan. That's very interesting. That is an absolute. I never thought of it that way. Thank you for that. Sith Bunny, yeah, the only way to successfully use it is to not comment on Twitter. Yeah. YouTube's much more humanizing. You see the person's face, see the emotion on their face. Wow, very true. I'm gonna need some mods soon. LOL, I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to figure out about that. Hi, Denise Campbell. What have you stumbled onto here? I don't know. We don't know. This is my first live stream ever. I'm not sure how anybody found me if you're not subscribed to me, but thank you. And anybody's welcome here. Anybody and everywhere. Everybody and anybody is welcome here. Rhodesian Scout, are you looking forward to the Rise of Skywalker? Personally, no, I am not. I am very nervous about the Rise of Skywalker. I just don't have a good feeling. I don't have a good feeling about this. I'm sorry, unfortunately, especially after that. Lord Arnold, no, we can't super chat, but that kind of, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. It's, I was explaining to everybody earlier, my channel isn't monetized yet. And because, you know, I don't know, I think this is cool. I'm glad that my first chat isn't like that. Even though that's a really cool thing that YouTube offers, I'm actually kind of scared of monetization because I don't know, that just seemed extremely overwhelming to me. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Lord Arnold. I appreciate that. Rich Evans. Any relation to Rich Evans from Red Letter Media? Although I think he spelled his last name different. What do you think about our time? Oh, that's funny. What do you think of our time travel theory about the new Star Wars? I think you guys might be spot on. Actually, I hope they do that. I really hope that's the direction they take, because at least it will be different and interesting. I think it's the only way to save it. And I hope that Luke Skywalker returns as the white Gandalf the White. I think that's the only way to redeem. Avion, this was recommended to you and you don't regret it. That's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for being here. That's exciting. Rob Gagnon, am I big on music? If so, what are you into? I love music so much. I'm into all different kinds of music. I love everything from classical to reggae to some punk rock to, I love film scores. I love Hans Zimmer, John Williams, Vangelis, all different types of things. Oh my gosh, so much music that I love. I'm sure I'm missing something. If I had to choose my two favorite bands of all time, I'd say probably Simon and Garfunkel and the Beach Boys. I love a lot of oldies. I actually grew up listening to oldies from the 50s to the late 60s, so I love a lot of really good oldies. I also love, Bob Marley, can't go wrong, Roy Orbison, Elvis is pretty awesome. I don't know, I'm into all different kinds of music. As far as newer stuff, I love the punk rock band Brand New. Alkaline Trio is pretty good. Got into them a little more recently. Wow, there's a lot of good stuff. I don't know. My favorite classical composer, I love Beethoven. I think it's Beethoven's seventh. I want to say it's Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, the third movement of his Seventh Symphony. Just gets into my soul. I love that piece of music so much. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I love it. I love music. Absolutely. When does this live stream end? Asks Kevin P. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see where it goes. Oh my gosh, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is here. Okay, you know what? I know you guys have been asking for a mod. I'm gonna make Geeks and Gamers a mod. I think this is how I do it, right? Obi-Wan. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make you a mod. You don't have to stay, but I'm making you a mod because I know you in person and I trust you, so you can mod. I think that's how it works. Swig of water for the working man. Oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't had anything to drink and I'm so thirsty. Car video, says Cobra Viper. I am not a good multitasker. And I think I actually said this in the comments when someone said car video. I am not a good multitasker, so more likely if I did a car video, it would be a fender bender video. So we're not going to do that. Hello, and you are, says Redneck Diaries. I am Jedi Bunny. Also, my real name is Kelly. So hello, it's nice to meet you. That's okay that you can't stay, Jeremy. I'm happy that I'm live too. I was so scared, but these guys are doing awesome. They're so great. The comment section has been amazing. And I wish I could keep up with all these comments because it's really awesome. I love the Beach Boys, says Micah D2. Oh yes, the Beach Boys are absolutely amazing. I think Don't Worry Baby's one of my favorite songs, and also Sloop John B is amazing. The Pet Sounds album, obviously, is just out of this world. Mark, thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry you have to leave, but thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to see you. Cobra Viper, yes. I think Jeremy is in NYC. I think he's headed back soon. So safe travels, Jeremy. Thank you for stopping by. Chris C, yes, keeping up with the chat is hard. I didn't think it was gonna be this hard because I thought there were gonna be like 2 people here. When I first started this, I was convinced that I was gonna be by myself talking to myself, like Jeff Goldblum in the back of that car in Jurassic Park when everybody left. But that's cool. Yes, I would love to do more live streams because this is less scary than I thought it would. Yes, just like my first video. Is there a Rhonda in the house? I need you to help me. Yes, Help Me Rhonda is a great song too, of course. Can I show you around my living room? Somewhat. I can't move because I'm streaming from my computer, but as you see, we have a nice couch in the background with some lovely pillows that are very nice for sitting with, and my TV is up against that wall there, so that's my corner back there, and I sit and I watch TV from there when I'm watching all my geeky, interesting YouTube videos. And then there's a window there, and there's a window there, and there's my snake plant, and there's Nova's cat tree and her little toy, and that's a rug, and that's a table, some candles. The kitchen's over there. So yeah, there's a little house tour. More interactions. Yes, more interactions. Do I like Fortnite? I have not played Fortnite, but kids in my school are obsessed with Fortnite, and obviously a lot of adults too. So it's quite the cultural phenomenon right now. So kudos to Fortnite for being so popular. And the fox, the golden fox. We must not forget the golden fox. I was pet sitting for a friend in Delaware, and I found that golden fox and was like, "You're coming with me." So that little fox is all the way from Delaware. Yes. And then you can't see it, but there's a piece of wood there, and it's a beautiful little photograph of mountains and a foggy sky, and it says, "Not all those who wander are lost," one of my favorite Tolkien quotes. But of course, that was adopted by every hipster girl in North America, because all of a sudden that quote became cool. So now everybody has that quote everywhere. So I'm glad I never got that tattooed on me, because I was thinking about it when I was in high school. So that quote, everybody knows that quote now. Sith Bunny, you're a minute or 3 behind, but you love Simon and Garfunkel. Yes, Simon and Garfunkel are amazing. I love them. Bridge Over Troubled Water. I love their El Condor Pasa. If you haven't heard their rendition of El Condor Pasa, which is actually, I don't want to say ancient. I don't know if it's ancient or not, but it's an ancient, is it? Oh, I forget which region it's from. I think it's from South or Central America, maybe. It's an old folk song, and they put their lyrics on top of it, and those lyrics just hit home for me. El Condor Pasa, look it up, it's beautiful. Mr. Dirapesh, Flight of the Navigator. I remember Flight of the Navigator, and it's family friendly, yes, and I love all the little alien creatures he collects in that. Is that the right movie that I'm thinking of? See, I never saw it in its entirety at one time as a child. I only ever caught it when it was on TV. So I missed out on the full Flight of the Navigator experience. I also love E.T. I mean, and this time of year, especially being out in California now, I oh my gosh, everything is such ET vibes. So I need to watch ET again because this time of year, it's the perfect time to watch it with Halloween right around the corner and the crisp airs. Lots of trolls here. Damn, that's interesting. I'm interested that there are trolls here. Everybody is welcome, as I said, and thank you for being here, trolls. And, just try not to feed them because recent psychological studies have shown that your reaction and engagement with the trolls is actually what keeps them going. So the good old saying, don't feed the trolls, actually has merit. So let's try to go by that rule, shall we? I have not seen Alita Battle Angel yet, Chrissy. I have not seen it yet. Calamity C Shipyard asks what I think of the new Star Wars movies and Galaxy's Edge. I'll start with Galaxy's Edge because I haven't actually addressed that yet. I grew up wanting so badly to have a world that I could explore that was somewhere along the lines of the scenes and the worlds created by the original trilogy. And when still to this day, embarrassingly enough, I want to explore those worlds, and I would love to be somewhere where I could actually engage with a lot of those themes and landscapes, and I find that so cool. I think Disney made a huge mistake by not respecting the original trilogy and by moving forward with only the sequel trilogy as being the worlds at Galaxy's Edge, other than a few little shout outs like Blue Milk and stuff like that. It's unfortunate because I would have loved to have gone. I would love if they had taken a page out of the Potter world or Wizarding world, whatever the universal version is with Harry Potter, because I think they did a pretty good job with that. And they stuck true to the original material and really made the world kind of that. I mean, theme parks for me, as you guys know, I'm an introvert, so I'm not great around crowds. I get kind of like freaked out, and I am really not good at rides because I get very dizzy very easily. So that's not, the best place for me. But yeah, Galaxy's Edge, I don't know. I think it's a shame that they didn't actually capitalize on the fandom that's been there for decades, and rather they wanted to create something that just brought in, a few excited kids. But to me, I don't know. It's a loss. It's a complex question. It's a loss. All right. Yes, that's true. That's true. There are always trolls. Blue Milk, Rich Evans. Yes, Blue Milk. And I just heard that in Rich Evans' actual voice. Awesome. And ironically, I think they made the Blue Milk at the park vegan, but I think Blue Milk was supposed to be bantha milk, right? I mean, banthas are those creatures, walking around Tatooine. I feel like I remember reading that somewhere, but ironically they made it vegan, and if it's vegan, then it contains no animal parts. And I have no problem with plant-based foods and stuff. I just think that's kind of funny that they didn't get that right. Check out, Star Wars for Life. Hi, it's so good to see you here. Ruthie. I check out Instagram when I have a chance. I will. I haven't been on Instagram in I think a month or so. I don't really go on Instagram much anymore, but thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you here, and I will try to check. I'm scared of Twitter. I get scared of other social media too, because I don't know. I get so wrapped up with it, and yeah, I know I have a lot of messages on there I need to check, and I will. And thank you so much for writing a message. Laura Ryan Soul, my fan fiction story. It's great to see you here. If you don't like crowds, Disney's not for me. So crowded. Yes, I totally agree with that. It's so good to see you too, Ruthie. Thank you so much for being here. You're so sweet. You've always been so supportive. Thank you of me and everybody on the team. You're awesome. Yes, it's great that Mr. Pete is here. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for being here. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces and new faces. How very exciting. Laugh therapy. A friend suggested your channel. You have friendly eyes. I subbed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's really sweet. Aw. Have I ever been to Comic-Con? Asks Megazord Jeremy. Actually, no, I have not been to Comic-Con, but when I was living in New York, I actually got hired to do Leia cosplay, but I actually ended up backing out because I freaked out and I couldn't imagine the crowd. So I ended up not doing that. But I was hired to do Leia cosplay for 2 days while it was in New York, and I kind of backed out at the last second, which, you know, I probably shouldn't have done. That wasn't very responsible of me, but I got overwhelmed. I think I'd rather go as a patron of Comic-Con than have to work it, because then I'd be, oh my gosh, I'd have to do so many interactions and pictures and stuff that would freak me out. Sith Bunny, for if I'm gonna pop on, you can reveal your true identity. Is the Jedi Bunny's eyes account still around? I don't know. I haven't seen them. Oh. Lord Arnold, yes, Ruth is awesome. She is seriously one of the coolest people. All of you guys go check out, I have such a hard time. Okay, here she is. Star Wars for Life, Jeremy's Instagram fan page, JGG for Life. Everybody check out her Instagram, her page, all her stuff. She's great. She does a great job. She's super supportive of geeks and gamers, and she's just an awesome person in general. What color would my lightsaber be? Asked Laura. Green. Definitely green. Second choice would be blue, but I think green. I really liked when Luke reconstructed a new lightsaber, or constructed a new lightsaber, and it was green. And green is probably my favorite color alongside blue. I like bluish green. Is this my natural hair color? It's close to it. I really love dyeing my hair, and I dyed my hair kind of light over the summer with highlights, and it just felt too light, so I went a little darker. This is closer to my my natural color is kind of like a, I don't know, like a dark brown. So this is maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, it's pretty close. Did anyone ever have a yellow lightsaber? I feel like maybe, but I don't know. Doesn't anyone like brown lightsabers? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there's not enough equality in the lightsaber world. Yes, I played Knights of the Old Republic. I can't pronounce your username, but you did. Dizzy Izzy Lizzy. Yes, I've played Knights of the Old Republic. I was obsessed with Knights of the Old Republic. That's actually how I learned that I had a very addictive personality when it came to video games. And I began and ended my video game journey with Knights of the Old Republic because I spent hours every single day playing it. I don't regret it, though. That was a cool world to explore. So, yes. Purple lightsaber, very cool. Good to see you too, Mayo Versand. Mace Windu did have a cool lightsaber. Very beautiful, vivid purple. Thank you guys so much for your comments. I really appreciate it. If anybody has questions, please write the little @ symbol and then Jedi Bunny, and that's the ones that show up the most. So if I haven't gotten your question, you really have a pertinent question you'd like to ask, please highlight it and I will read it. Ask me questions, because I need direction if you can't tell. Ahsoka used a yellow lightsaber? I don't remember that. Megazord Jeremy, what is the purpose of life? Oh, come on, you got me there. That's a layered one. Well, it depends. It depends. It depends what I think it's different for everyone. I think just to find a meaning in whatever it is that you do and whatever you feel. I think live and let live is very important, but I also think that can get out of hand if I don't know, that's a complex question. The meaning of life for me, I can say, is finding fulfillment in what I do, building true connections, being authentic to who we are, trusting intuition, but also building our minds. I think educating ourselves on the meaning of things. And I think people get a little bit too tripped up on worrying what others think and also trying to change what others think. So that's something that I don't know the meaning of life, but I certainly know as a human, if you're focused too much on what others think or trying to portray yourself in a way that you're getting others to like you for a certain reason or notice you for a certain reason, I think you're getting away from what you really need and from the true meaning of what you can find in life. So I hope that's a good enough question, we'll say. All right. My first Star Wars movie was A New Hope. And it changed my life forever, and I love it so much. I have not watched the Dark Crystal series yet on Netflix, Peter, and I definitely want to check it out because it looks really cool. Do you recommend it? Because it looks really cool. I love anything with practical effects, and the effects in general look really, really cool. I never saw the original Dark Crystal stuff, so I'm very interested. Gray Force 11 TK421, Live, Laugh, Love. Very good, yes. Please discuss Dark Ray, please, says Gen X. I don't... do I like LOTR too? Yes, Maximus Payne. I love Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredible series. Peter Jackson did an incredible job with Tolkien's books. The books themselves are amazing. Howard Shore did beautiful score to go along with the trilogy. And Lord of the Rings, everything about it, absolutely love. Gorgeous. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I'd have to say probably, if we're talking in terms of how things evolved organically, the egg would be would have the prototype of the chicken in it, because prior to that it was more reptilian than bird-like. Maybe, I don't know. I have to ask a biologist, an evolutionary biologist, that one. The team, Jesse. Hi, are you joining our show? Yes. Yes, is that the show that Jesse Milestone? And I think you guys are doing a show. I would love to join your show. Absolutely. This is my first live stream I've ever done, so I'm working out all the kinks of trying to figure out how to handle myself here. So good to see you guys here. Mod Anna Kelly. Oh, people are telling me you have trolls here. Where's Anna? I haven't seen Anna. Where's Anna? Oh, Anna, hi. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, I'm modding you. Thank you. Sorry, I missed that. I didn't see you there. You shall not pass. Yes, that's for the trolls. Yes, you guys, trolls to the Balrog now. Yes. Thank you, Jeremy, for letting me know about Anna. Thank you, Anna, for being here. Favorite Star Wars ripoff. I have to say I really love, you guys know the Gautier song, Somebody I Used to Know. These artists did a great version of What Happened to the Star Wars that I used to know. It's a cute, short little music video, and it's really funny and well done and very cute. Yes, okay. Did I mod Anna yet? I thought I did. Hang on. Wait, oh, yes, is she modded? Yes, she's modded, I think. I'm learning as I go. Thank you guys for letting me know. Oh, thank you, Anna. I don't want you to like, don't worry about it if you're driving. I don't want you to have to be like, you know, having to focus on the road or anything. Am I related to Linda Carter or Erin Gray, who are two of my biggest crushes as a kid? Remind me who Erin Gray is. Linda Carter. No, I'm not related to Linda Carter. I like that though. Erin Gray. I can't place who that is, but no. Ryan Kimmel. It's tough to see everyone. Yes, Ryan, I will make you a moderator too. Sorry, I'm learning as I go, guys. I'm trying to, did it work? I'm not very tech savvy, if you can't tell. Yes, you're a moderator. Okay, cool. Okay. Can I ever be forgiven for trolling? You just want attention. Oh, Rich Evans. I mean, how could I not forgive Rich Evans with your adorable laugh and saying folding chable? Yes. Yes, I am a very forgiving person. I think most people are just complex, and if negative things come out, unless you're a serial killer, but if negative behaviors and motivations come out, it's really just somewhere along the lines, the streams got crossed. And we're all just trying to fight the Stay Puft Marshmallow Men in the end, aren't we? Buck Rogers, Erin Gray, Buck Rogers, yes. I know Wonder Woman. I know Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. Yes, that's very cute. I can help if you like. I'm a good bouncer. Yes, Lord Arnold, you shall too be knighted. Thank you. But just be discerning, guys. Like, there are some, I don't want to, you know, I believe in free speech and all of that. If people are really, really bad, then totally feel free to kick them out. But, you know, or not kick them out, but, you know, do whatever moderators do. So thank you. I appreciate it. Star Wars versus Star Trek. I don't like to compare Star Wars versus Star Trek because I think they offer completely different and awesome, beautiful things to completely different sets of minds. And it's really cool when people can be a Venn diagram and be in the middle and enjoy both. And I enjoy both personally. I personally tend to lean a little more Star Wars just because I like the really, I don't know, so a more spiritual element to it. But I also really love the philosophical quandaries that Star Trek poses and a lot of the science leaning stuff that they have and understanding human nature and stuff. So there's a lot to offer for different people. All right. Makita Gut, it's good to see you here. Hello. Thank you so much for joining my first live stream. This is very exciting. It's so nice to see you here. It's so nice to see everybody that I recognize. Rich Evans, who's my favorite Sean Bean character? Oh, man. Probably Boromir. I love him as Boromir. I thought he died a very noble death after trying to betray Frodo for the sake of the ring. Sorry if those are spoilers, but you guys should have seen Fellowship by now. I'm sorry. Boromir's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, there's Nova. Hi, Nova. Hi, baby. Come say hello to everybody. So Nova's here. Hi. Hi. Good girl. Let's see. Christy says Star Wars is more theatrical while Star Trek is more episodic. Yes, I agree. Unless you're watching J.J. Abrams' version, in which case he went above and beyond with the theatrics. Ben Bamboo. What's my take on Kathleen Kennedy? I don't think she's right for the job. I don't think right now. She's clearly had a past where she's been able to make good decisions in terms of being behind the scenes in her creative role. But I think right now, I think we just need to overthrow. It's kind of like I think we just need to kind of shift out the people that are in there making the decisions, because I think they have the wrong motivations and they don't care about what's going on. I think she's part of that. So, I don't want to talk too much crap, but I'm not a huge fan of her in that role. Not saying she's a terrible human being or anything, but not a fan. Not a fan of the way that she's choosing, the choices she's making, and the motivations that she has within her role. Yes, Megazord Jeremy. Sean Bean does die too much. Yes. I remember when I started watching Game of Thrones and I saw he was in it, I was like, oh, great. So now we get to enjoy Sean Bean for as long as it takes for his character to die. So he's cool though. He's a cool guy. I like Sean Bean. He's a good actor, and I think we should start a petition to get him to stop being killed in movies. I can't do super chats, Peter Sharon, because I am not monetized, but that's okay, because like everything else in the world, I'm very overwhelmed by the concept of monetization. I don't even know how I would do that or handle it. Yes, Boromir's death, as you say, Sith Bunny, Boromir's death was truly heartrending. I hate to see a man from my city die that way. Oh, are you two from the Gondor? Is it Gondor? Was he from Gondor? The White Halls of Gondor? I have not seen the last Starfighter, Mr. Derapesh. I haven't seen that one yet. Mr. Worf would definitely win Maximus Payne. He would 100% win. I mean, that's what his entire life has been leading up to. Yes, Sith Bunny, I agree with you, especially when Roddenberry was still alive, that Star Trek was far more philosophical. Yes. Agreed. Fan of Blade Runner, Gary? Yes, I am a fan of Blade Runner. I love the original Blade Runner. I enjoyed the new one. I really enjoyed the new one. I thought it was really beautifully done. Oh, where is Ruthie? Oh yeah, I do want to mod her. I'm sorry, Ruthie, that I didn't mod you sooner. I'm so overwhelmed. If you can't tell, I'm so overwhelmed. Okay, is she modded now? Oh, that's so nice, Jeremy. Thank you. I would love to live stream with you guys. It's so exciting. So we're going to do a live stream, you guys. We're going to do it. Oh my gosh, Guitar Jedi asked, do I like Excalibur 1981? That movie freaked me out so much as a kid, but my dad showed it to me, and I mean, what a different, cool movie Excalibur was, the 1981 version. Wow, I visually, really so different, and I think, yeah, it was good. It was different's the best word I could come up with. That's something I'd like to give a rewatch and kind of see again and see how I feel about that one. I remember it really having a potent depth and darkness to it. So yeah. So funny, yeah, from Middle Earth, otherwise known as Sheffield, England, yes. Draco Argentus. Yes, it's, thank you, happy live stream, thank you, I appreciate that. Jason M, am I still interested in watching future Star Wars movies? Yes, and I'm also hesitant, and I am trying to remain open-minded, but also very cautious, so we'll see. Hang on, this is like glowing. Let me try. Okay, there we go. Kitty, yes, you see Nova. Hi, Nova. You guys see Nova? Hi. Hi. Hi, Nova. Hello, girls. That's Nova's voice. That's not me. That's Nova. That's all Nova. Oh, yes. I did used to model when I was younger. Thank you. Yes, Megazord Jeremy asked if I used to model. I did used to model. I'm not runway. Oh, not like high fashion runway or anything like that. I'm not tall enough for that. So how far in the Clone Wars am I? I'm still in the first season, but I am enjoying it. I'm really enjoying seeing Ahsoka and Anakin's dynamic start to develop. I love Yoda. He's so awesome. Mr. Darapesh, Digimon or Pokemon? Pokemon. Benzo HS, if I'm a psychiatrist. I am not a psychiatrist. I would love to get into the psychological field one day. If I could go back and redo my degree, I think I would go back for psychology. I just find the human mind fascinating, and I am constantly trying to learn more about why we do the things we do, what motivates us, how we become the way that we do. I'm especially interested in developmental psychology because that really pertains to children, and I find it absolutely fascinating, and I think a lot of people and things can be understood better with that type of knowledge. So, Christy, my degree is actually in communications, and I originally thought that I was going to be a journalist. I love wildlife and nature, and my original goal with university was to become a wildlife photographer for National Geographic, and clearly that's not where I went. I've taken many different paths in life, and that was not one of them. But I still love wildlife, and I still love taking photographs of wildlife. So, you know, in one way or another. But yes, my degree was in communications, and I had a specialization in international communications, but I also did a lot of work with film criticism and analysis. And that's another thing that I'd love to go back to school for and get a degree in one day. Maybe I could combine my love of psychology with film analysis and have a cool hybrid career in that one day. Who knows? Maximus Payne, how long have I been vegan and what turned me? I wouldn't say I identify 100% as vegan because I do make exceptions once in a while. And I also do not want to be lumped in with that. You know, I know a lot of people have a very strong misconception, or not misconception necessarily, because there is a very vocal quadrant of that community that tend to be very preachy and pretentious. But I think that's true with a lot of different things. What got me into it, I just started exploring different restaurants that had plant-based menus, plant-based options, and I never really liked vegetables as a kid. I grew up eating lots of cheese and meat and all different types of things like that, and I still enjoy certain things. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I started realizing that I liked vegetables and fruits and beans and nuts and seeds, and I was like, oh, you can make a whole thing out of this. So it's good, but you know, I don't want to get too much into that because I know people have very strong opinions about it. But thank you for the question. So Sith Bunny would love to be a counselor if you could. That's very cool. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, Lord Arnold, that's cool. You have a huge National Geographic collection going back to the 1940s. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Militant vegans. Yes, there are a lot of militant vegans. I am not a militant one. I am very open-minded, and I don't ever judge anyone. One of my favorite people is Joe Rogan, and he is very much an omnivore. He hunts, and I really admire his own admiration and reverence for nature and wildlife. And I have no problem with hunting or anything like that. I as long as it's done respectfully towards the animal and wildlife, I think that's the important thing. And as long as, you know, you're doing things for the right reasons, I think anything can be great in moderation. So I don't know, I'm not gonna get too far into that. Pablo Sanz, you love sushi. Very cool. Yeah, sushi's pretty awesome. Artane 1776, good to see you here. Thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen you yet, but I've missed a lot. I think I've missed a lot of people coming in, so thank you for being here. Under the Mask from Arkham Asylum, Doc for her psych analysis of the Batman mythos, like you mentioned a minute ago. Oh, I would love to look into that. That's very cool. Batman is a very cool character to deconstruct. I love the use of trauma in his backstory. I also have always been kind of a sucker for Robin's backstory too. I wish they'd bring that back into it. I think that's cool what they're doing with the Joker movie is really awesome, because they're actually exploring his character arc and his you know, what caused him to take the path that he did. And I always find that interesting. It bothers me when I see characters in film and television and media in general that are portrayed as so black and white, you know, in absolutes. Who's looking forward to Batwoman? I am not personally looking forward to Batwoman. The King of Ruckus, thank you so much for being here. Oh, it's great to see you here. The King of Ruckus has been here, like, you've been with me from my first video that I did, oh, so long ago. Thank you so much for being here. Am I going to be doing streams a lot? I'm scared in the title, but you're doing great. Thank you. I was so scared when I first started this stream. I was sitting here by myself like, oh my gosh, no one's going to show up. And then all of a sudden people were here, and it's really awesome. So thank you guys all for being here. And thank you, King of Ruckus, for being here. I would love to do more streams now that I know that I can do it and that it's not quite as scary as I thought it would be. It's still a little scary. Rick Hansen, you liked Catwoman, but not Batwoman. Wait, the movie with Halle Berry, or just Catwoman as a character? I like Catwoman as a character too. She's pretty cool. And I'm a sucker for the Tim Burton ones too. I love, you know, obviously I love oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. The director. Christopher Nolan's versions, especially. Yeah, I think he's great. But yeah, Tim Burton ones are pretty fun too. The penguin stuff was always really cool visually to watch. Geeks and Gamers, yes, more streams. Chrissy, you've always been here. Thank you so much. Wesley Wabbit, thank you for being here. Makita, got it. So good to see you here. So nice to see all of these familiar faces. Keck44. Is that a bad word? I'm worried that people are going to trick me into saying bad words. But thank you for saying I have a great personality. I appreciate that. I'm sure I've missed so many comments. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Okay. What else, guys? Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Yeah, she was pretty awesome in that role, right? She was good in that. She was fun. Michelle Pfeiffer was really cool in her Catwoman role. I really liked that. I you know, Anne Hathaway was not really my cup of tea in that, but Michelle Pfeiffer, man, she got into that role. She really got into it. That was cool. Thank you, Sith Bunny, for admitting that I'm doing very well today, and it's hard for you to praise your nemesis. I appreciate that. Would Kate Beckinsale make a good Catwoman? Yes. Especially aesthetically, I think she'd make a good Catwoman. I think Eva Green, is that her name, from Casino Royale? I always thought she would do well in that role. Have I read the Thrawn trilogy by Makita Gut? Yes, I read that in middle school. I don't really remember. It's funny, I don't really remember much of what happened in the extended universe books because it's been so long since I read them. And as I told the stream earlier, my mom unfortunately threw away a lot of those books, so I haven't been able to reread them. But yes, I read the Thrawn trilogy. It's pretty cool. Have I seen the OA on Netflix? Asked DJ Holiday TV 414. I started watching the OA and I haven't really thoroughly gotten into it. Do you recommend it? Because I had a friend recommend it to me and I just never got past a certain point. But I've heard a lot of buzz about it. So Sith Bunny, yeah, that's true. Mr. Pete, yes, I have seen Troy. Wait, the one with Brad Pitt? I think, yes, I've seen Troy. Personally, I love Gladiator as well. Christy, yes, you're right. Hello, guys. Nathan Young, what kind of music do I listen to? I am a very eclectic taste in music. I was telling people earlier, I love everything from classical to punk rock and reggae. I love the Beatles. I love I think my two favorites of all time would have to be Simon and Garfunkel and the Beach Boys. But there's a lot of other great stuff in between. I love great film scores. I think two of the best soundtracks are Kill Bill 1 and 2 have some great music on there. There's actually some music from Ennio Morricone, who also does some of the best film scores of all time in the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and The Fistful of Dollars and that trilogy. It's absolutely out of this world gorgeous. Ecstasy of Gold, I think, is one of the most gorgeous songs of all time. I love Howard Shore's score for Lord of the Rings. Obviously, John Williams. Anything John Williams does is amazing. Bob Marley, Brand New. Grizzly Bear is an incredible band. They're an incredible band. They're a little bit smaller. Beach House has beautiful music. Oh, I just love a lot of different stuff. Gladiator soundtrack, yes. Actually, funny story. I went on a study tour to Italy and France. But when I was in Italy, I had my CD player and my headphones, and I listened over and over and over again to the Gladiator score for the entire trip, and just looked out at the vistas and the scenery of Rome and the Colosseum and driving, and listened to the Gladiator soundtrack, and it was absolutely It was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's a beautiful score. Hans Zimmer is amazing. Vangelis is amazing. Jeremy Swiggs, my 10-year-old girl, had a Beach Boys Hawaii birthday. She loved them. That is so cool. I love when younger generations appreciate the Beach Boys, and that's very cool. The Beach Boys are awesome. Don't Worry Baby is one of my favorite songs ever. Mindhunter, yes, hi Chris Olivia, it's good to see you. Mindhunter, I really did. I especially enjoyed the first season too. I love Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if Anna's here anymore, but I know she loves Silence of the Lambs too, and Hannibal Lecter, and Silence of the Lambs is friggin' awesome. What a great movie. And yeah, Mindhunter I think was very well done. And I'm also pretty interested in a lot of true crime stories, and obviously the psychology behind those type of minds is very important, I think, to study. And I really think the guy that played Ed Kemper did a phenomenal job. I mean, he really melted into that role with just like a haunting portrayal of that actual real person. So very well done. Media Thinker, hello, good to see you. CD players, yes, calamity. Yes, CD players. I remember my CD player. I still have my iPod Nano actually too. That's what I listen to. I never upgraded from my iPod, my original iPod from 2006. Calamity. I have not actually seen The Boys yet. I've heard pretty cool things about The Boys, and I would love to watch it. I've heard it's pretty intense, so I got to give that a watch. I do like a lot of alternative stuff. I like a lot of dark novels and stuff like that. So yeah, I would like to give some of those things a watch. Oh my God. Oh. Yes, I guess me saying that I was into true crime brought out a very particular type of person. That's funny. Benzo, thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry to see you go, but I'm so happy that you were here. Thank you. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for being part of the stream. Stephen King. Yes, I really do enjoy Stephen King. I haven't read one of his books in a long time. I've probably read The Shining about 4 or 5 times since middle school. This might be to some real King fans, this might be hard to hear, but I tend to like the adaptations made by certain directors like Kubrick or Frank Darabont, or more recently, the gentleman who did Gerald's Game and The Haunting of Hill House, and who is doing Doctor Sleep. I tend to like, I like when a good director adapts a Stephen King work, because I do find that Stephen King tends to get a little bit overzealous with a lot of his themes and certain plot points. But I do appreciate Stephen King. He is there's no doubt that he's a talented mind, an incredible mind, and he's created some amazing works of art. And yeah, so he's awesome. Pablo Sanz asked if I enjoyed the finale to Game of Thrones. I unfortunately did not personally enjoy the finale to Game of Thrones. I personally did not enjoy much of the final seasons of Game of Thrones. I was fairly let down with the way that they handled it, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I don't want to let that taint my overall feeling, because I think there were a lot of really great characters and worlds and themes explored in the series, and I'm hoping that whatever they do moving forward with some of that source material, they make better choices in how to wrap things up. Gen X, has anybody said I look like fill in the blank? People tell me I look like different people all the time. I never know what I actually look like, because I'm constantly being told I look like different people. So what do I think of Man of Steel? Asked Legit36. I have not seen Man of Steel. I have not heard great things about it. Wait, Man of Steel is the new one, right? Because I love the Christopher Reeves one from the 80s. I love the Christopher Reeves Marlon Brando one. I grew up with that Superman, and I love that one. That's another great score by John Williams. Great theme. Dun, da, 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 oh, great theme. Okay. Man of Steel, yeah, with Henry Cavill and the CGI mustache. No, I have not seen the Man of Steel one. No, I have not, and I don't think I will. Sorry if anyone's a fan of that one. Oh, you were told you looked like Dean Cain once. That's awesome. I remember that Superman, the Adventures of Lois and Clark. Do you guys remember that? I had a pair of lovebirds in elementary school, and I named them Lois and Clark. I always gave my pets really nerdy names. Like I had doves, and one was Arwen and one was Aragorn. Nova, what are you doing? See, Nova's playing with her little toy. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Thank you, Ruthie. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Oh, the CGI mustache was when it was in Justice League. Thank you for clearing that up. See, I haven't seen Justice League either. I've not heard wonderful things about those new series, so I don't think I'll be watching those. Johnny the Whiz Kid asked if I'm familiar with Debbie Gibson. Please refresh my memory. I love 80s music, but I'm not always the best at remembering which artist is who and song names. I love a lot of different 80s songs and 80s artists too, though. Yes, I will avoid Justice League, Matthias. I will. Gal Gadot is the only good thing in Justice League. Yeah, she's pretty hard not to like. She's got good charisma. I like her. She's obviously easy on the eyes. Hey, Jeremy's fake hair. What's happening? Good to see you here. Thank you for coming on. Maximus Payne, yes, I have played Knights of the Old Republic, and I've talked about it a couple times, but just to keep you up to date, I love Knights of the Old Republic. That was how I got my start in solo video gaming when I was younger, and I got so obsessed with it that I was playing it for hours every day, and I had to make the very adult decision as a child to take steps away from video gaming because it brought to light the understanding in myself that I was a little bit too addicted to video games. So that was a hard thing, but I miss that game. I still sometimes find myself thinking about exploring those worlds and hanging out with those characters. Hello, Mrs. Shota Aizawa. Yeah, a lot of people do seem to enjoy the new Wonder Woman film. I haven't actually seen that one yet, but it's gotten a generally good reception amidst so many other negative receptions in that world. So I've heard very good things. Hello, thank you for joining the chat, guys. Yes, Nova is in serious contemplative mode. Our window is right here, so she always loves to watch out the window. And then that's her toy. That's like her favorite toy. So she'll play and she's going to push the ball to the other side. Yes, very exciting. She loves that toy. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, very exciting. Tarek S asks, do I think that Disney will drop the political social agenda at some point in the future when they realize they're hurting their bottom line? I mean, it's Disney and their bottom line is everything to them. I think for now it has paid off because with all of these different people and voices talking about it, it is bringing a lot of, let's just let her enjoy her moment. Good girl. Yeah, that's very exciting. Velociraptor pounce coming up. Okay, so yeah, I did think it's eventually going to hurt their bottom line, but it's going to take a while. I think they're going to have to grow a little bit of hubris in order to see what they've done. And I think that's something that they're severely lacking in their decision-making and creative team right now. So they're going to have to be humbled. And I don't know if the bottom line shrinking for them is going to be humbling enough to them, if that makes sense, because I think they're so invested in putting forth this exact trilogy and the films the way that they are, that they almost seem as though they want to go down with that ship. And then if they do come back, they're going to have to completely reinvent themselves and come back as a phoenix rising from the ashes, because they're going to hopefully at some point realize this is not how you do it. So we'll see. Thank you for saying Nova's cute. Yeah, she's pretty cute. As far as cats go, she's she's a goofy. She's a goofy one. I think she gets that from me. Yeah, she's a little goofball. Maximus asks if I like the X-Men. Yes, I like the X-Men. I miss the older X-Men. I loved Logan. Logan's an awesome film. Just in general, I really enjoyed Logan. But then again, there are some things that I wasn't a huge fan of now that I'm thinking back on it. But yes, the X-Men, I love Magneto. I'd have to say that Magneto is one of my favorite characters. And I also love Professor X, and I love their dynamic. I think that's so cool that they explore that dynamic between the two of them, and the falling out and the tension and the pain behind their relationship. It's very cool. Mr. Pete, Nova is a good-sized kitty. She's actually not that big. I think there must be a bit of an optical illusion going on. She's pretty small. She's only about 7.5 pounds, so she's relatively small. She's a tortoiseshell, and they tend to not get super big. She's a very petite little kitty, and she just turned 5 on May the 4th because her birthday is May the 4th. Someone's writing in Russian here. I think that's Russian or Something along those lines. I'm sorry, I can't tell what you're writing. Yes, I like the Doctor Who Matt Smith episodes. They are great. I do. I really enjoyed a lot of Doctor Who. I always forget the names of the doctors that are my favorite. I always forget their names. But if you say that, I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know Tennant was one of them. He was a great one, but I always forget their names. Yes, may the fourth be with Nova. Yes, she's very strong in the Force. I have not watched Psych or Chuck. No, I have not watched either of those shows yet. I have lots of things to catch up on. Nathan Young asked if I'm excited for The Mandalorian. Hi Nova. I am cautiously optimistic. I think Jeremy actually said that, and I really like that way of thinking about it, because visually it does look really good. It looks cool, and I hope they take kind of a dark, raw route with it. Tonally, very, very cool, gritty. I'm sure they'll get a lot of things right, but it is Disney Star Wars, so that remains to be seen. We'll just have to see where it goes. Gotta fly. Okay, Calamity, it's great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for joining my first stream. I really appreciate it. Matt Smith or David Tennant? I always get those. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on my phone for just a second to look up the Doctor Who's, because I'm sorry. I must be a terrible fan because I forget which one is which. Matt Smith and David Tennant. Matt Smith, I love Matt Smith. Okay, and David Tennant. Okay. I loved Matt Smith's goofiness. I just love that goofiness. I love when the Doctor is goofy. How sad is it that, okay. David Tennant's great too, but to be completely honest, I don't think I watched every show with him in it. I think I watched more of the Matt Smith Doctor Who. So I got more familiar with him, and I loved the goofiness. But there are a few other ones that I love too. Mrs. Shota, yes, I have seen anime. I'm not extraordinarily well versed in anime. I really enjoy it. Spirited Away is one of my favorite movies. Actually, I love that. I've seen the original anime Death Note, which I thought was really cool. A few others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I do enjoy anime, and I think it's a very cool art. Trying to get to everybody's questions. Did I see any of the original Doctor Who As Beats Means Highs? I saw some of the first, like, really old season, and I couldn't get completely into it in the moment because I just don't think I was in the right headspace to thoroughly enjoy it. It kind of reminded me, it's totally different, but it kind of reminded me of the original Batman series, if you try to go back and watch the really old ones. But no, I did watch some of the originals, just completely different. It's a completely different narrative structure, and obviously a completely different approach to the way that they handled the characters and the themes, but still very fun. I have not seen The Crazies yet. Oh, so many comments I missed. Whoops. Okay, sorry. I'm still trying to catch up. Do I think it's true that Jar Jar was supposed to be the Dark Lord? I don't know. One can hope. My Hero Academia is one of your favorite animes. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that out. I should see Alita Battle Angel, Chris. I should. I've heard good things about it. Oh, there's Nova climbing on the couch. She's gonna pull the tapestry down. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a tapestry up there, and it's like a Japanese ocean wave. It's not the famous Japanese ocean wave. It's a different one, because I didn't want the one that everybody else has. But Nova loves, when she's not getting attention, to rip the tapestry down and then look at me and stare at me like, yeah, I did it. So that's always fun. What are my thoughts on Rogue One? Asked P. Kerr. I enjoyed Rogue One, and I did not think I was going to. I know a lot of people don't particularly like that one, or they don't like anything that Disney has done, but I have to say, if Disney took more Star Wars in the direction that they did Rogue One as opposed to The Last Jedi and actually had, she's going to do it. Watch. She's going to do it. Because I can't put holes in the walls as per my landlord's instructions, so I have them hanging with adhesives and clothespins so she can very easily tear the tapestry down. It's really, really fun. We're not going to give her that attention. Nova's being a troll. All right. Peter Hahn, yes, this is happening. It's a Jedi Bunny stream. It's very exciting. Thank you guys all for being here. Oh, that's cool that you want a copy of a lead off of Odin. That's very cool. Oh, one of her songs is Shake Your Love. Want to give it a brief here. I can't imagine listening to a song right now with all the focusing that I'm trying to do right now. But thank you. And I'll come back to the stream later and give it a watch or give it a listen. Hi, Ian can comment. I'm glad you're commenting. It's about anything that people choose to ask me. A lot of questions about music or Star Wars or Nova, my cat back there, who's about to pull the tapestry down for attention, or films. We could talk philosophy, psychology, whatever you guys want to talk about. Thank you, Phil. No, I didn't say meh. What? Oh, name. Oh, said your name. Yes, I did say your name. I thought you said sorry. I thought you thought that I said meh to anime. But no, I do enjoy anime. I really enjoy anime. Where were the Bothans in Rogue One, Kevin? That's a really good question. Where were the Bothans? Many Bothans died. Many Bothans sacrificed their lives. And where were they? I mean, thanks, Disney. Really, really good job at remembering the fallen there. The Watcher Behind the Eyes, Nova, yes. No, we don't need a new, thank you, Tarek, but we don't need a new Wonder Woman because Gal Gadot is pretty awesome. Hi from Slovenia. Thank you, Darko. It's nice to see you. I actually have family also in Eastern Europe, in Lithuania. So, Sith Bunny, am I a fan of any sports? I am a huge fan of Quidditch. Yes, go Team Ravenclaw. Oh, thank you, Ian can comment. I appreciate that. Jeremy Swiggs, yes, I do love, I do enjoy Good Will Hunting. I think that's it's a pretty cool movie, and I really like Robin Williams in that role, and of course Matt Damon's great too. Megazord, Jeremy, that's a good question. Could Star Trek and Star Wars take place in the same universe, but at different times in history and in different galaxies? I absolutely do think so. With the right creative mind behind it, I absolutely do think that could be done in a very cool, fun, tasteful way. But I think the fandoms, especially the Star Trek fandom, might be a little bit against that. I feel like the Star Wars fandom might be more for it, but the Star Trek fandom is very, very particular about the setting in which those stories and those characters unfold. So, and which I completely understand why. But that would be really cool if they could do that in a really nice, tasteful way. Nana, thank you. I'm doing well. How are you? Oh, but yes, to answer your question more officially, Sith Bunny, yes, I wouldn't consider myself a sports fan per se, but I do enjoy watching a lot of sports. I'm just not a big team person. I like to just watch as a general spectator and enjoy the sport itself, the game, how it's played. But I'm kind of jealous of people that are so passionate about one team and they're so enthralled with it, because that's super cool. But I just like to watch different things. Some of my favorites to watch are soccer. I enjoy watching hockey. I enjoy watching tennis, and I love watching Olympics for gymnastics, both women and men's gymnastics, and a few other things. Oh, Arcanus Vex, just to let me know, the Bothans got the second Death Star plans, not the first. Whoa. good catch there, buddy. That is a really good. I'm trying to think of Mon Mothma. You're right. That was Mon Mothma, and she was in. Was that in Empire? I'm trying to think now. Now my lines are crossed. But thank you for bringing that up. It's a great point. Thank you, Phil TMNT. I appreciate that. Cotton Patch 2000. Yes, funny name. I need to stop saying names out loud. Can we agree that Princess Leia floating into space was officially a jump the shark moment of the series? By the way, what's the series even about? Yes, I believe we can all come to a consensus that Carrie Poppins was not a good look, and it was very unfortunate. And the fact that she saved herself from a deep freeze in hyperspace, just, I mean, Star Wars is no stranger to ignoring the laws of physics. It's ironic that all the atmospheres within the galaxy are breathable to all species' lungs, but there are certain things, or noise in space, for example, but there are certain things we can kind of talk our way around. But Carrie Poppins thawing herself out via the Force, which we had never known or seen her use previous to that moment, that was a jump the shark moment. Yes, that was a jump the shark moment, 100%. I can't take credit for Carrie Poppins. I saw someone else say that. It might have been Red Letter Media. I saw someone else say that at one point. Edgar Dominguez, hi. Thank you for joining. We have talked a little bit about the Joker. It looks great. I have not seen it yet. I just watched Jeremy John's review. He seemed very pleased with it. It seems like it has a lot of elements that I would really love to see, aka the backstory of the Joker. And of course, Joaquin Phoenix is a phenomenal actor. He has incredible range, and I would really love to see his portrayal. It seems like people are pretty impressed with what he's doing. So the more I think about it, the more I think maybe I'll go see it this weekend. Who knows? Yeah, jump the TIE Fighter. Yes, Jeremy Swiggs, good point. He said it's not jump the shark anymore, it's jump the TIE Fighter. Now that's something I have to address, is upon seeing the trailer for Rise of Skywalker, just watching Rey do, I think, what was it, a backflip onto the TIE Fighter. Just bravo, you've really outdone yourselves with this Mary Sue junk. But anyway, I don't think I have seen Akira, Mr. Dirapesh. I have not seen Akira yet, but I've heard very good things. Sorry guys if I get quiet. I'm looking through comments trying to find the questions. Hello, Zanram. Ooh, sketch therapy. It is said that those who taught the Rakatans moved the galaxy into shape and gave them atmospheres. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to have to look into that. Arcana Specs, yes, he does do crazy rolls very well. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on comments. I'm so sorry. Anna, hi, thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you're awesome for coming back. Makita Gut says, that was so Matrix. What was Matrix? I do enjoy the first Matrix. Everybody, Anna's here in the chat. Thank you so much for being here, Anna. You're awesome. I really, seriously, that's so nice of you to come help me mod on my first live stream. If you can't tell, I'm incredibly nervous and it's very scary, but I know that you are amazing at this kind of stuff, so I really appreciate it. Well, I like your Halloween pumpkin too. Happy almost Halloween. I mean, it's literally like, what, 30 days away? But it's exciting times. Spaceballs, yes, Gary M. I have seen Spaceballs. It's very fun. My favorite is probably the comb the desert scene. Jason Onger, yes, this is my first time streaming, and I really was not expecting to get more than maybe like, I don't know, a few people in here. So I'm sorry if I'm not getting to everybody's comments. So, but I'm very overwhelmed, but I'm also very appreciative of all of you. Hector Grant, my favorite Jedi is definitely Luke Skywalker. Ooh, we got some new languages in here. Thank you guys for joining. I cannot understand what you're saying, but I appreciate you being here. Hi, Hi, Josiah Rises. Bing bong. Hey. Do you think the Borg, Ricardo Belmont says, do you think the Borg, I mean, Disney will stop acquiring everything? Wow, Disney basically is the Borg at this point, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know when or how or where it's going to stop, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how their acquisition goes in the next few years. It's very fascinating. Oh, Luna, the Arctic Fox, please stop ignoring me. Please, Luna, I haven't seen your comments until this point, so try highlighting my name. If you write the @ symbol before Jedi Bunny, I have a much higher chance of seeing your comment. I'm trying to read all the ones with those. So if you do that, it will highlight your comment and I'll be able to see it more readily. So thank you for commenting. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just trying to make sure I get to all comments. Force Unleashed. Have I played the Force Unleashed video game? I don't remember. When did that one come out? Because I haven't played any of the new ones. Wolf Captain, no. no, we are not. We are both happily engaged in our own separate relationships, but thank you for the question. Oh, thank you, Phil TMNT. I appreciate that. It's very sweet. Thank you, Wolf Captain. Ian can comment, what are my thoughts on the Hong Kong protest? I've been trying to follow it, but unfortunately I am not, I'm not privy enough to the details to make a comment on that yet. I'm trying to continue to keep up with world news, and I know that there's a lot going on that needs to be addressed and looked into, and these are very important occurrences, but I personally do not know enough to say my own opinion, and I do not want to project my own beliefs or opinions at this point. But thank you for your question. Sorry guys, reading comments. Okay, so many comments. Thank you guys, whoever's modding, thank you all for being so awesome. I know there's a lot to keep up with, which I was not expecting, but I really appreciate you guys. Lord Arnold, Ruthie, Anna, you guys are just awesome. Thank you so much. Zach P, what do I think are the strongest elements of the sequel trilogy? Well, visually they look pretty good. There aren't too many continuity errors, I guess. The music's okay. It's not perfect, but I mean, there's some great themes and stuff in there. Cinematically, not cinematically, but the cinematography is fairly well done. But I mean, those are the most positive things that I can think to say off the top of my head. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot, unfortunately. Let me turn this light down. I have like my, oh my God, let me open this window too. It's getting dark. Ooh, okay. All right, let me see. Tarek S, I know you're not a huge fan of the prequels, but you should check out Fall of the Jedi. It's a fan edit of all 3 prequels. When did that come out? Because I think I went a few years ago, I went and I watched a bunch of different people's fan edits of the prequel trilogy, and there were some that I really enjoyed. And I'm wondering if that's perhaps one of them. I do not play Roblox, Ian can comment, but thank you for asking. I have not played that yet. Thank you, Darker Cater. That is very nice of you to say. Laura, Ryan Johnson stole my fan fiction story. Thank you so much for stopping by my stream. I appreciate all of you guys for coming to my first stream. This is really unexpected, an unexpected journey, and I'm very, very appreciative and grateful for you. So thank you so much for stopping, and have a great night. What time is it for me? It is 6:33. That rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. You can spell cinematography but not say it. It's not that, it's actually, it seems harder than it is. Cinematography, cinematography. You just say things over and over and it gets easier. Sith Bunny, yeah, that's all they have going for them. They look good. Visual quality is good, but what about it? Ian, comment, thank you. I'm glad you love my name. You have a good name too. Wolf Captain, that's okay. I understand. People get curious. No worries. Can I speak Pig Latin? That is not something that I can speak. Unfortunately, I never got into that, but I can make up languages. Hey, Drunk 3PO. I loved your video, by the way, on Geeks and Gamers the other day, reacting to all that debacle with the podcast that you had recorded and all the fans of that guy. Sorry, I'm not well versed in exactly what happened, but I just really loved your energy and the way that you addressed what was going on. And I think it's so important, that idea that we need to have a platform where we can explore both sides, because clearly a lot of people that have militant, fanatical belief systems are going to create echo chambers for themselves. But that's the beauty of channels like yours and other similar channels that actually want to explore each other's ideas, even if we disagree on things. So that was very cool. Thank you for joining my stream. So thank you, yes. Chrissy, yes, I am West Coast. Where in the West Coast are you? But I'm not originally West Coast. I'm originally from the East Coast, actually. Josiah Rises. I'm scared to say that because I feel like it might end up sounding like something else. I'm not going to say that. Do I have a favorite Don Bluth film? Like Sword of the Stone, Secret of Nim, The Black Cauldron, The Rescuers, Pete's Dragon. I honestly, embarrassingly enough, I don't think I know enough of his films to weigh in on that. I know I've seen The Sword and the Stone. I think I've seen The Black Cauldron, The Rescuers, and Pete's Dragon. Oh, Pete's Dragon. These are like the original versions, right? Not like new stuff that they came out with in like the mid 2000s. Because I did enjoy those. I think I loved Pete's Dragon. It was really fun. I loved that movie when I was a kid. Yes, Ben Bamboo. Thank you. Yes. We're all in this together. Exactly. Anna loved The Black Cauldron. I can't remember the premise of that. It's been, Pete's Dragon is what I remember the most vividly. I remember enjoying that. I just don't remember seeing much of the dragon in it. I remember I was being kind of disappointed with that. Aw, Anna, that's sweet. Anna says that The Black Cauldron was really special to you and your sisters. That's beautiful. You will always have that, and that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Ian can comment, I don't know YouTube's new policy. I don't know what that is, but it probably doesn't pertain to me because I'm not like a big channel by any stretch, so I'm sure I won't have to worry about it too much, hopefully. Peter Han, yeah, Pete's Dragon was from the, yeah, it was an older one. I remember that. I always got it confused with Puff the Magic Dragon too when I was younger. I was confused that they weren't the same thing. Ooh, Arcanus Vex asks, you ask a great question. What do I think is the best book to movie? That, wow. Ooh. I mean, as far as improving upon the original source material, I think Stanley Kubrick does a masterful job with adapting Stephen King's The Shining. I think he completely elevates it. Stephen King disagrees with my perspective on that, but I think a lot of people could agree that Stanley Kubrick created an absolute masterpiece with The Shining and his rendition of Stephen King's work. That's a good one. Oh, Ian can comment. Yeah, I think I heard something about that. But I try to be family friendly. I try not to swear or say anything too inappropriate or cruel. So hopefully I can stay within those lines. Interesting. 13 plus. It's an interesting age to choose as though 13-year-olds are, you know, the line in the sand. Jason Onger, how much I get paid every day by YouTube? Nothing. I'm not monetized, so I do not get paid. The King of Ruckus, is Stanley Kubrick my favorite director? He's one of my favorite directors. I would have to say right now, he's in my top 5, or even possibly my top 4 or 3. I'd say it would be Stanley Kubrick, David Lynch, Terrence Malick was up there for a long time, but there are a lot of great directors. I'll have to get back to you on that. Stanley Kubrick's not my number 1, I don't think, but I'd say maybe between him and David Lynch, he's definitely in the top. I'd say in the top 3. Jack JW Productions, don't worry, Miss Bunny, my first stream was god-awful. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's an experience, and it's a learning experience for all of us, so you guys are doing a great job commenting. Yes, it's still going live, Bill W, excitingly enough. Cobra Viper likes David Lynch, yay! Yes, Gary, I am a fan of the Alien franchise. The first Alien is one of my favorite movies ever. I love aliens, and I enjoy and have fun with a lot of the franchise, actually. That's one that hasn't gotten too crazy for me to not enjoy, even if they're not the best movies. Some of the newer ones, I can still enjoy them. I can still get down with the worlds that they've created, and the aesthetics are gorgeous, and that the artist that created the original concept art, oh my gosh, he's a Yeager or something. I forget. I have to someone, I'm sure one of you guys can look it up, but great work, incredible. The concept art he created, his story is absolutely devastatingly sad, and really fascinating human being and artist. I recommend you guys looking into it. Yes, I'm still live, Geeks and Gamers. I don't know how to stop this thing. It's just going. It's just going. Arcanus Vex, yeah, Lord of the Rings, that's a good choice. From book to film, I would say that's probably one of the best. I think Peter Jackson just had a vision, and he stuck to it, and he somehow was able to maintain, somehow able to create these worlds and bring these characters to life in such a beautiful way. And just, Lord of the Rings is phenomenal. I wish he had the same, I wish he brought the same elements to the Hobbit trilogy, which I have not watched, but I have not heard great things about it. So, but yes. Ian can comment, can I sub to you? Yes, I'm not going to right now because I don't know how to right now, but I will. Ooh, Dexter Mondragon says, you're sadly kind of spooked out by Alien, but in your opinion, you like it. You kind of get nightmares from it. Yes, Alien is very frightening, and it really does tap into a level of horror that isn't just your typical everyday horror. It actually taps into something a little bit more psychological than we're used to with creature features. But that's the cool thing about creature features, is a lot of them did kind of have a subtext that had more to do with the humanity of things. And I think that's what Alien kind of gets at, is the humanity upon the ship, and the claustrophobia of being locked in a space together with people. You don't know what their motivations are. And that's why Ian Holmes' character is so fascinating to watch. Not that he's, human or anything, spoiler alert. Okay. Open-minded movie man, you actually did a test for a live stream for your channel about an hour ago. That's very cool. I didn't even know I could do a test. I wish I had known that, because I would have probably done that. But now here we are. Johnny the Whiz Kid, do I have a favorite bad movie? So bad it's good, or bad that you like it even though it's majorly disliked? That's see, that's the thing. I think most of the bad movies that I like actually do kind of have cult followings, so that's a hard question to answer. Ironically, that's something that I think Anna and I talked about once when I did a live stream with her, with Geeks and Gamers. think, I mean, yeah, I don't know, that's a hard question to answer. I like Hocus Pocus a lot. That's a really fun Halloween movie. I know that's panned critically. I don't know, that for some reason my brain can't think of that right now. I think I'm starting to slow down and get a little bit sleepy. So let's see if we can maybe wrap this up soon. But I just want to thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me in this way. It's so cool. I was not expecting anybody to show up, and now I can see the number on my screen says 148, 147. Very cool, guys. Thank you so much for coming here. I'm so happy. The Price is Right review. Yes, I understand your frustration. The world is full of injustices and things that unfortunately don't always turn out the way we would like them to. Lord Arnold, you'll be making videos soon. Put a test launch and lost your nerve. Oh, see, if I had done a test, I think I would have chickened out, run away like the little scared bunny that I am. But I just went for it and did it. So here we are. What do I think of Alien 3? Would you say it's Last Jedi bad? No, because at least it still has some stylistic choices that I guess worked to an extent for the narrative. I think The Last Jedi just felt like it was a bunch of people in a room deciding what they wanted to happen instead of actually having any real strong singular vision. Is it Aliens 3 that's the Fincher one? I think David Fincher did that one. Yeah, thank goodness I didn't do a test. That's true. Peter Hahn, when can we expect a car video? Not anytime soon, because as I've said before, I am not a good multitasker, so it would be a bender video if I did that. Sith Bunny, yes, asking how much longer I was planning on going. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry too. I haven't cooked dinner yet. I need to make dinner because I am hungry. So I'm gonna start wrapping up. Good night. Good night. Thank you for saying good night. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you, Thomas Woodford. I know it's getting late on the East Coast. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to see you here in the comments. I need a sip of water. Ian can comment. Thank you so much. You have a beautiful night too. And thank you again, Ruthie, for being an awesome mod. You're so sweet. You've always been so good to me. I really appreciate you. Hi, Ollie. Yes, I will see if I can put this on my channel later. I don't really know how to do that, but I will try to put it up. And so then you can watch it from there too. Yes, DJ Fox, Ruth is the best. She's awesome. Thank you, open-minded movie man. Thank you, Peter Charon. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. I was definitely so nervous to do this, and I'm so glad that you guys have been so awesome. You were great people. Thank you. Ben Bamboo. If I found Ryan Johnson in my closet one day, what would I do or say to him, and how bad would you make it hurt? I would just try to have a real conversation with him. Like, I don't think it makes sense to. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but I personally don't like the idea of, I'm just not a good confrontation person in the sense of, I don't like big bombastic confrontations. I'd rather just be able to sit down and understand someone's perspective. So more than anything, more than me telling him how I feel, I'd actually be very curious to see his side of it and to see what his motivations are, to see where his vision was, and to understand him a little more as a person. Not that I agree with or admire what he's done, but that I would rather have a good foundation of understanding for who he is before engaging in the actual conversation or dialogue of explaining why I personally would love to see him go, and would have loved to have seen him go in a different direction with it. Thank you, Lord Arnold. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thank you for being a great mod. Zevia Root Beer, Chuck Finley. Zevia. This is my favorite soda of all time. It's root beer. It's so good. It's so delicious. I love it. Oh my goodness. Maximus Payne, do I think that Jar Jar Abrams can fix the damage that Rian Johnson did? I don't know. I mean, perhaps. We'll see. I don't know. It's I don't think he can. I'm hoping it won't be as bad, but I don't know if it'll be. I don't know how much damage control we're going to get either. Gray Force, that's true. RJ only cares about what half the people think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Snobby Acorn. That's a funny name. Good night. Thank you for joining. Snowflake soda. Drink Coke, people. Well, I actually did an experiment in middle school where I took a range of different sodas to see which ones would rot teeth the fastest by using a control and variable setting with an enamel-like substance that was very similar to that of human teeth. And Coke was one of the worst ones. So I do not drink sugary beverages unless it's, fruit juice or something like that. And then if I do drink anything sugary, I try to always chew gum afterwards to make sure that that's all out of. Have I ever mixed soda together? Yes, I love mixing different flavors and things together, and I love coming up with new hybrid things. I like making new recipes and sodas and drinks and all that kind of stuff. I think that's one of the joys of life is taking something pre-existing and then making it into something new and fun. Hector Grant, thank you for subscribing. That's so nice of you. Megazord Jeremy, good night. Thank you so much for being here. Where am I in the world? Asked Jin Kazama. I am in California right now, and that's where I live. I've lived here for about a year now, and it's really beautiful. And there's a lot of beautiful wildlife and nature and mountains and ocean, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Where are you guys in the world? I'd love to see, maybe right before we go or right before I go, I'll see where we can do one of those things where everybody says where they're from. Thank you, Phil TMNT. Oh, thank you, Ollie Shep. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for Sith Bunny. That's so nice. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, Jay Chavez. I appreciate that. Yes, let's definitely geek out over David Lynch and Terrence Malick sometime. They are awesome. Have a beautiful night. Oh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's cool. Philippines, beautiful. Maximus Payne. Luckily, actually living in California, most of the people I've met here are nice, and I try not to get in any kind of weird political conversations with people, so even if they are SJWs, I wouldn't know it. They live among us. Las Vegas, Nevada. Cool. Calgary, Brazil, El Paso, Jersey, Virginia. Wow, so many cool places, guys. Hector Grant. Can I act? I used to dabble in like a little bit of stuff when I was young. I used to love making like little skit movies with my friends. I used to try to make horror movies all the times with my best friend Leanne. We made so many awful horror movies, but it was so fun. We had a lot of fun with doing weird editing tricks and creating stories and characters and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But I would not say I'm a good actor. It's just fun. Oh, nice. Ian can comment. That's cool. Nevada, New York. King of Ruckus. Oh, yeah. Did I remember that you live in New York? Because I used to live in New York. The backward state of Florida. That's cool. Dark Side Darren. Utah, Montana. Very cool. Yes, I'm still alive. 80 edits. Can you believe it? We're wrapping up soon, though. I'm getting hungry. I need to eat something. Mr. Pete, I don't think I will be streaming too much longer. I think we're going to start winding down here. Taking the last few questions. Thank you so much, Ruthie. I love all the green hearts. Live from New York, Peter Hahn. I'm not in New York anymore. I'm in California now. I moved to California about 1 year ago, a few days ago, actually. Been here over a year now, but it's awesome. I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Dr. Coffin Nails. That's very sweet. And thank you, Satanic A. That's very sweet of you. You guys are awesome. 80 edits. Oh, yeah, I think I remember you saying you're in California. I'm in Southwest California. I don't want to say too much over here. But yes. Do I plan to stream regularly? I don't know. Maybe. This has been really, really fun and surprisingly less scary than I thought it would be. So we'll see. Hi, Alex. It's so good to see you. Thank you for coming here. It's so nice to see you. All these familiar faces from my videos from like a year ago. That's awesome. Oh, Italy. Very cool. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, Johnny the Whiz Kid. I will check that song. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. I'm getting more comfortable on the camera, slightly. This has been very, very interesting and fun. I'm glad I did this and I didn't spook myself out of doing it because I was really nervous to do this, but I'm glad you guys showed up. I'm glad anybody showed up here. This has been very exciting. Thank you, Snobby Acorn. That's so sweet of you. Thank you, DJ Fox. I will stream again. This is so nice that you guys are so nice and receptive of this, and we've had a great conversation. Sith buddy. Very true. Maximus Payne, pineapple on pizza. I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. It's not my personal preference. I personally like jalapeno peppers on pizza. Give that one a whirl. It's really good. Thank you, Lord Arnold. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Arcanus Vex. And thank you, jalapeno chorizo. Yes, that sounds like a good pizza topping. Thank you, Ian can comment. Open-minded movie man, yes, absolutely. And Peter Hahn, yes, you should go get a spicy pizza if it's calling you. Snobby Acorn, Jedi for president. I could never handle the responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. I'd be assassinated within a day. Thank you, 80 edits. I will try to stay consistent, but I get in my own head about things. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that kind of thing. So I'll try to come on more often, and I'll try to do more live streams like this because obviously it brings you guys out and we're all here for each other and it's really awesome. Star Wars Elseworlds, you relate. Thank you. See, that's the other cool thing about the last video that I uploaded in the comment section. I was so happily surprised to see how many of you guys actually related to what I was saying about feeling so nervous and anxious and vulnerable about posting my videos. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this live stream, was to address all of those kind of feelings with you guys and actually talk to you guys more directly through this way and be able to see in real time your comments and what you were saying, and just to thank you all again for all of that. I have not seen pizza themed Monopoly yet. Hey, David Martinez, thank you for being here. Bye, PZ, thank you for joining. Hi again, Gary N. Yes, I'm still streaming Avion, but we're wrapping it up. We're slowly wrapping it up. We're gonna have a nice organic transition fade out here. Alex, wow, that's a loaded question. So, Star Wars question. What could episode 9 do, if anything, that would make things right? The sink is pretty much sunk for me. I'm still holding out some hope. Rebellions are built on hope. Yes, rebellions are built on hope, but seeing the way, I think they should have waited longer. I think the fact that it came out as soon as it did after all of the backlash is not a good sign, because to me all that portrays is that they're probably going to keep going in the same direction, and the captain is going down with the ship. What could save it would be obviously honoring the original trilogy, the original characters, George Lucas. I mean, there are a lot of factors at hand. I think having a true vision. I think if it had a real solid vision and it took the story and the characters in a place that was emotionally viable and meaningful, that would help. But I just don't see it happening that way, you know, judging by the choices that they've made up to this point. Thank you, Draco Argentis. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you saying so. Thank you. And thank you again, Ruthie, always. You're awesome. I knew you meant ship, not sink, and I read ship. I read sink, sorry, but I knew you meant ship. Go down with the ship, Alex. But thank you for clarifying that. But I knew what you meant. Yeah, it's not a rebellion now. Now it's the resistance. Ugh, the resistance itself is futile at this point. Maximus Payne asks if I think Snoke was just an excuse, or would I say there was a plan for him that somehow got wasted? I do think that there was a plan I do think that there must have been a plan that got wasted, because up until that very point, we've never had a character introduced that was just dropped in that way. So I do feel like that Abrams and his team had set up and strategized various storylines and plot points and character arcs that did not get flushed out at all. I almost feel as though it was just taken in a completely different direction. So yeah, it's interesting. But Sith Bunny, oh, my subscriber count went up. That's so cool. That's so weird. Wow, very cool. Brick Ninja, that's cool that you like all movies. Movies are awesome. I love all types of movies and shows and music, and I just enjoy feeling engaged with different parts of, you know, art and stuff like that. So that's cool that you like all movies. Good for you. Keep it up. Thank you, Jeremy Swigs. Oh, don't hate your voice. Everybody's voice is different. I hate my voice. I hate my voice sometimes. When I hear, you know, when you hear your own voice and it's always like nails on a chalkboard, oh my gosh, when I hear my voice, it takes a lot of getting used to. And actually being on YouTube has helped me come to terms with my own voice. So trust me, if you don't like your voice now, I guarantee you there are 100 people that will love your voice. So just give it a try. If any of you guys are thinking of making videos or content or writing or anything, just try it. That's what I did, and I'm still incredibly, you know, anxious about it, but you guys are here for me. Look at you guys. You guys are the proof right here. If you guys are worried about putting yourselves out there, you guys are here for me, and I was worried about putting myself out there. So there will be people that your content resonates with. So I say, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, if you have a creative spark that you want to follow, just do it. It's awesome. Just go for it. Nowadays, movies are all about money. Yes, for the most part they are, especially Hollywood. Thank you, Ian can comment. That's very sweet. Lord Arnold. Oh, the camera doesn't bother you. Hate how you sound. Interesting. Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I think we tonally hear a very different version of our voice in our heads that we become accustomed to throughout our lives. Because think about it, we're hearing two different versions of our voice at the same time. We're hearing through our skull and all of the ligaments and you know, not to get weird, but all the fluid and the flesh that are around our actual, you know, hearing, our eardrums and everything contained within. And then vocally, when you're speaking, you're hearing the outside version, but you're also hearing the inside version, because audibly we're connected to ourselves, if that makes sense. I'm probably not the best person to explain this because I'm not a biologist or a doctor, but we get accustomed to one version of our voice. So when we hear ourselves in another context that isn't through our own heads, it feels very foreign. It feels very strange. And I think because we become so accustomed, the familiarity of our voice is almost comforting. But then when we hear how different we sound in another format, it can be very abrasive psychologically. But I guarantee your voice probably isn't as bad as you think it is. Anyway, sorry, I took a while for that comment. Don't hate your voices, guys. I don't think I've ever heard a person's voice that I've been like, I hate their voice. I mean, it's more what people say, right? If you have something beautiful or meaningful to say, it doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. Just go for it. Dexter Mondragon, I have not watched Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm actually still a sucker for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, but Spider-Man was one of the first comic books I bought when I was younger, so I do enjoy Spider-Man. There have just been so many now that I've completely lost track. Ben Bamboo, yes, we all think alike when it comes to the sequel. Sorry, I'm backtracking a little to get back to more of the comments. Gilbert Gottfried's voice, Jason Ross. Gilbert Gottfried's voice, yeah, it's a little intense, but I'm sure people love it regardless. You know, I don't think it's the type of voice to lull me to sleep or to plug in a guided meditation to. But you know, it has its perks. You guys are funny. Oh, do I need more lights? Is it dark? I thought it was too. I mean, here. Is that better? Oh, no. I have like one of those fade out, fade in lights, but it's, ooh. Is that better? Can you see me now? Okay. That's the best I can do right now. Thank you, King of Ruckus. I really appreciate that. It's so nice to see you. Yes, banana peppers are awesome on pizza too. Banana peppers are great. Yes, and I would love to do another video. I really appreciate you being here, and especially being here from the beginning. You're awesome. I really appreciate you. Oh, good, you can see me now. Thank you, I'm glad. I have not tried ketchup on pizza before. I've done hot sauce on pizza. Yash, my name is Kelly. It's nice to meet you. Rulon, oh, you're a verbose shy person. Yes, I can relate to that because I can be extremely shy, but I also enjoy engaging in interesting dialogue as well. Oh, thank you so much, Ruthie. Thank you so much for being like the best moderator ever. I really appreciate you coming in and supporting me. You've always been awesome. Everybody go subscribe to Ruthie and follow her on Instagram. She has great stuff. She does great little pictures and things, and she's just a great, sweet person. She's very supportive in this community and just awesome. Thank you so much, Ruthie, and may the force be with you. Gary M., favorite decade for movies? I'd have to say the 70s, but I think there's always a time and a place for great film. There's been a lot of stuff, and a lot of my favorite films are from all different decades, but I think the 70s was probably at its height in terms of creativity and nuance and new things coming up. But then again, there are so many different, I don't know, there's so many different great times for movies. Peter Hahn, I fired my original lighting guy, the guy from GOT season 8, episode 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were fighting in the dark here. That's a good comment. Need light behind me so it doesn't glow on me like human sunbeam. Oh, that's what it is. I always thought I needed light in front of me, but I need it behind me. I'll do that next time. I'm wearing pajamas now, so I'm not going to get up and go. Sorry, it's embarrassing. I'm not going to do that right now. But thank you. That's good to know. I need to understand the lighting mechanics here. Draco, it's Kelly with a Y. I need a chair to take over while I cook. Maybe one day I'll do a cooking stream. That would be fun. But then I'd have to use like my phone, I think. But I love cooking. Clint Johnson, thank you for your comment. Yeah, Tarek, the 70s had Star Wars, Rocky, Superman. Had a lot of great movies in the 70s, man. A lot of good movies. Hi, Mary. Mary Mayhem is here. Hi, it's good to see you here. Thank you for joining my stream. This is my first ever live stream and I'm extremely nervous. Maximus asked if I can do an impression of Darth Sidious's evil laughter. I can't. I don't think I can do. I maybe can get to his voice. Let me think. I'd have to be like in the right moment, in the right headspace to do a Darth Sidious voice. I could probably do like, okay, so there's a little bit of a difference, I think, in the voice and the tonality of when after he became, obviously there's a total difference, but in the original trilogy, because he was an older actor by then, or he was a younger actor then, and then by the prequels he was older, so there's a slight difference. And I always was like the Emperor Palpatine. You want to know who does a great Emperor Palpatine impression? Is Mike from Red Letter Media. He's by far the best Palpatine impression I've yet to see. He even gets the laugh down, I think. Mary Mayhem, thank you for being here. Yes, Mary is awesome. You guys should also go see her channel because she's super cool and fun and sweet. My eyes, so my eyes are, I think they would technically be considered blue, but they kind of have like a greenish hue. So they're not real blue. They're kind of greenish blue. And then in my left eye, you can't really see it, but I have a little bit of like yellow up here because my mom has green eyes and my dad has really, really icy blue eyes, like not blue, like not like dark blue, but like icy blue eyes. So I got right in between. And my mom has green eyes with like yellow in the middle. So I got a mixture of their eyes. But thank you for asking. I always like seeing people's eye colors and stuff. I find it very cool. Oh, Mr. H reviews. Does he do good Emperor Palpatine impressions too? That's cool. End this now, says Kevin P. End this now. Yes, we should end this soon. I said I was wrapping this up like, what, half an hour ago? Yellow eyes mean the dark side. Well, I don't have completely yellow eyes. I just have one spot. Thank you, Dexter. Thank you for being here. I'm sad to see you go, but I'm so glad that you were here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Peter Hahn, I'm about to start quoting an ABBA song. There are some good songs from ABBA. Mr. Pete. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, you have cool eyes, man. Mr. Pete's eyes are brown in the center, green in the middle, and blue on the rim. That's fascinating. Very, very cool. Technically, under certain light angles by you, they somehow look hazel. Yeah, I could see that. Probably because of the yellow in there that it mixes in. You know who has beautiful eyes is Mary. Mary Mayhem has really, really blue eyes. Yeah, that's true. I'm pulling a Jeremy right now because he always says he's going to wrap it up and then he goes on for another 2 hours. But I can't. I need to eat. I'm hungry. More movies from the 70s. Jaws, Taxi Driver, Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. Oh, Jaws. Man, that's a great one. I love Jaws. Oh, Mary, you're cutting yourself short. Your eyes are gorgeous. You have some of the most beautiful eyes on YouTube, girl. Thank you, Mary. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. What book do I recommend reading? It depends what kind of book you want to read. Do you want fiction? Do you want nonfiction? Do you want to learn about, what do you want to, that depends. You got to be more specific, but I'd love to recommend a book. Oh, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is awesome. Yeah. Can you watch me eat? No. A mukbang channel? No, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day. Jaws was freaky even with its simplicity. Yes, I agree. I think Jaws is an awesome, awesome movie. Yes, and I love Beats Means Highs. Yes, the newer Invasion of the Body Snatchers, not the new one. I think there are 3 now, but the one with Donald Sutherland, and I think even Jeff Goldblum's in that one. The remake of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Awesome movie. So cool. Pod people. Woo. Maximus Payne, what am I going to eat? I haven't decided yet. It's later than I usually eat, so I'll probably just whip something up fast. Maybe fried rice. That's pretty fast. I could do that with some fresh vegetables. Thank you, Snobby Acorn. Ooh, hummus. Yes, hummus is excellent. I don't have any hummus in my place right now. I actually need to pick up more hummus because hummus is awesome. Dr. Coffinails, good quote. Yes. Sith Bunny, sweet and sour chicken. Nice. Dr. Coffinails also, wow. How about Quint? What a cool character, right? How about that monologue when they're on the Orca at night and it's quietly rocking back and forth and he's talking about the Indianapolis wreck. Oof, that's a good one. That whole scene is impeccable. Absolutely love it. Rulon, you're fasting. Do you do intermittent fasting? I was doing that for a while and I fell off. I just love eating late. I'm a night owl, so that's my problem. Dr. Coffinail, that's your favorite part of the film. Me too, man. It's so good. It's how superbly acted is that. And remember in that scene, I think in the background, maybe it's right before the shooting star goes by it, and Spielberg actually got that on camera. That was totally not put in post. That was actually as it happened. I always thought that was very cool. DJ Fox, keto, that's very cool. You lost 60 pounds. That's amazing. Yes, I've heard very good things about keto for those who want to lose weight. Very cool. Third Man 3, what's my favorite Star Wars scene that other people think is underrated? That is a great question. That other people think is underrated, though. I mean, I have my clear-cut ones. Okay, so in Empire Strikes Back, and I know that's most people's favorite, but hear me out. Once they discover that it's a trap, after Hans and Carbonite, I'm hearing the music in my head, but I can't think visually of exactly what's happening. But they're running. It's when they're running to try to catch Slave One, when Boba Fett has already got Han and Carbonite. They're running, and all these things are kind of converging at once. And we know Luke is facing Vader, or Luke already has faced Vader. I don't remember narratively exactly where everything falls into place, but I just find the music, the blocking of the actors in that scene, in that sequence of scenes is just gorgeous and beautiful. And the music, it's like John Williams, like dun 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 dun. It's like that, and do, and you think that they're gonna get Slave One, but then as they run out onto the platform on Bespin, it's he takes off, and the defeat is in their faces, and it's just like beautiful and moving and heart-wrenching, and oh my gosh, when I saw that for the first time as a kid, I was like, oh my god, I can't end here. And I mean, Empire Strikes Back is just, it's amazing. Okay, sorry to go on my rant. Ooh, you just saw Jaws at Flashback Cinema. That's awesome. Yeah, Mary, go listen to the soundtrack. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love the music. John Williams is just, he's a wizard. I swear John Williams is just a wizard of music. He's absolutely out of this world. Yes, Third Man 3, when they turn the Falcon to go back forgetting Luke, and that same music is playing in that scene, so that's part of the sequence of scenes that I was thinking of, actually. And when, I have chills. Okay, so when Leia senses Luke, and yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, and he's hanging from the base of that, whatever that little electrical signaling thing is. The Ewok scene, Sith Bunny. I've grown to really love the Ewoks. I think when it's ironically, as a child, I wasn't as big a fan of them, but now I really enjoy them because I think it represents, it's kind of, it represents more in the subtext, I think, which is kind of cool. Sith Bunny, would the Borg assimilate the Jedi Academy, or would the Jedi defeat the Borg? Well, unfortunately, as much as I would love to say that the Jedi would defeat the Borg, I mean, the Jedi Academy, I mean, when Order 66 was executed, everybody was kind of like spaced out, and there really wasn't a great defense. So I'm wondering if the same kind of lead up happened, if they were able to to infiltrate so easily in that way and get the plan together in that way. And that was just, you know, I don't know, something tells me the Borg might have a little bit of an advantage strategically there. Third Man 3, wow, that's a great question. So I think we can all agree we don't love Star Wars where Star Wars fandom is right now. Would you rather have Star Wars where it is now or no Star Wars like 2005 to 2010? I think I'd rather have no Star Wars right now, but I don't want to say that either because I know that they're still capable of coming out with some good stuff that has merit. So we'll see. We'll see how good The Mandalorian is. We'll see how good other things are. The Obi-Wan spinoff hopefully will be done well, but you know, that remains to be seen. Maximus Payne, could the Borg assimilate the lightsaber energy? I don't know. That's a good physics question. Yeah, Jeremy Swiggs, that's a good point. They may beat the Borg with telekinesis, but not with lightsaber. The Borg would adapt. Yeah, that's very true. It's very good at technologically adapting. It can pick up any of those algorithms and sequences and copy. Good night, Byron. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Coffin Nails. The Unicorn Store is better than The Last Jedi. Says Peter Hahn, yes. Agreed, beats means highs. I agree with you. Luke was still intact. Miguel Perez, so what just happened about I'm scared? Well, I was scared because this is my first live stream and I was extremely nervous, but everybody's being really awesome. So I'm not as scared anymore. Open-minded movie man. If it was J.J. Abrams directing, Lawrence Kasdan and James Cameron wrote the script, and Lucas producing, how do you think it would have turned out? I think it would have turned out worlds better. I do think it would have turned out worlds better. Cobra Viper, 3-hour first live stream. Is this 3 hours? Oh my God, it is 3 hours. Okay. We should wrap this up, guys. I need to eat. I know you guys are probably tired. Miguel Perez, oh my gosh, I thought you got scared. Yeah, I was scared. I was very scared because this is a big deal for me. Wow, it's so crazy that I'm doing a live stream. You were going to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters, but you got stuck here. I'm sorry, Peter Hahn. You got to get to Tashi Station. You got to get to Tashi Station. Just go eat. We'll watch your couch for you. Thank you. I am hungry, Draco. Good night, RC from the NYC. Thank you so much for being here. No, I will not say that, Mr. Gio Brando. Third Man 3, you've only been in for 5 minutes and you knocked all my questions out of the park. Do more streams. Oh, thank you, Third Man 3, and I love your username. We talked about that before. Very cool username. Share a stream. Okay, ask me a question about classical music. I will only be glad. And I can't pronounce your username because it is another language, but I will try to ask you, who is your favorite classical composer, and do you like Beethoven or Mozart? Ollie Shep, yes, I will try to upload this to my channel. I don't know how to do that, but I will try to do it so that you guys can watch it. Proper Jeremy, if you need a mod, let me know. Thank you. I think I have enough now, and I'm gonna start going soon. But thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who did mod, and I will add more mods in the future. I really appreciate you guys being here. Moonlight Sonata is a gorgeous song, absolutely beautiful. Mozart is great. I love Beethoven. Oh, thank you, Jeremy Swiggs, for letting me know that. I don't know how to do that. Nobody talks. Can you clarify your question? That seems interesting. Okay, guys, let's start wrapping up soon. Hello, Sean Woldridge. No, I do not. But let's start wrapping up, guys, because I have to go eat And yes, Bleach, I also love Beethoven. And if I had to choose between him and Mozart, I would personally choose Beethoven. Although I love the film Amadeus. That is a very fun film. Great acting. Pavarotti. Oh, thank you, Sith Bunny. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, I will do that. And thank you, Open-Minded Movie Man. Don't worry about extending your stay. You are welcome as long as you want. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here on my first live stream. We are making history together, guys. Dr. Coffin Nails, thank you for being very kind. Nova. Yeah, she's somewhere back there. Yes, Pavarotti was opera. Okay, guys, I don't know how to close this off yet. It just says unstream. I'm going to say goodnight now. I am so thankful to you. I am so grateful to you guys. Before we go, everybody start saying where you're from if you haven't said it already. Say where you're from in the world, and may the force be with all of you. Good night, Mary. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, get out or get the boot. Good night, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lord Arnold. Thank you all for all of your support. Arizona, Toronto, London, Uruguay, Manchester, Austin, Texas, Indiana, Sweden. Thank you, Ali Shep. Thank you so much. Kentucky, beautiful. New York City. Oh, I love New York City. Michigan, beautiful. Austin, Memphis, New Jersey. Yes, Mary is awesome. Las Vegas, Nevada, Ontario, Waterloo, Ohio. Kitty, there's Nova. Yes, there's Nova. She's from New London, Connecticut. She's adopted. North Cal, everywhere. Beautiful. We have a world citizen here. Yes, from Puerto Rican Jeremy. Hi, Puerto Rican Jeremy. It's good to see you here. I wonder, where could Puerto Rican Jeremy be from? Thank you so much, Sith Bunny. I appreciate that. Poland, beautiful. Israel, beautiful. Wisconsin, gorgeous. Daytona Beach, Lord Arnold, thank you. Middle Earth, yes, that's right, Sith Bunny. We're in Middle Earth, though. I think I would love to live in Rivendell. When I was in middle school, I think, I tried to make my room look elven and make it look like it was in Rivendell. The sun, ooh. Make sure you put on your sunscreen. Florida, Mordor. I heard it's pretty hot this time of year. Thank you so much, Carlos. See you next time, guys. Thank you so much from me and Nova. Nova, say bye. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. I'm so happy. Thank you for being kind and respectful and awesome and smart and asking great questions. And we will definitely do this again sometime. So, and you guys who are introverted, because I'm definitely an introvert, this felt really nice to get out there and connect. So thank you. I appreciate you. I hope everybody has a great night. Introverts unite separately and awkwardly. Good night, guys. May the force be with you. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.